Oh no! Well, if it's a cannibal bear, it only eats its own kind, right?
Right?
So,
Like, it's not gonna eat us.
we'll probably be okay. Live from Austin, Texas, with the dog days of gaming. It's Retro Pals with Danny and Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Danny. Woof woof.
Who are some of your favorite gaming dogs, Alex?
Mega Man's dog is cool.
Oh yeah, he is cool. He's named
the
Rush.
Video Hound dog. Yeah, but that's more
That's
multimedia.
that's not a video game dog. I'll accept your
video game.
I'll accept your first answer, that being
Okay.
Rush, named
Rush.
after the famous Canadian prog rock band. Literally true. Literally true. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Retro Pals. We're full of all kinds of informative trivia about Canadian prog rock bands, starting with that one. If you want to hear more, make sure you watch the next 2 hours. All right, Alex, what's your next Canadian prog rock band trivia nugget?
When there's a Rush museum in Second Life.
We'll take it. Okay, good.
That's
Nice.
literally all I got. I'm so sorry.
I remember you showing me that. Yeah,
Yeah, the prog rock museum.
There's that one album cover they have that's just a dude's ass, and you could just walk right up to it. It's
Yeah,
great.
you can pose in the ass position like him.
Yeah, the ass position. Everybody assume the ass position. It's
No.
Retro Pals. Hi. We're here to cover a deep, dark niche within gaming history. That is Dog, the Disk Original Group, brought to you by Square. Later Squaresoft, and much later Square Enix. These are some real down and dirty origin stories we're covering here tonight. Only a few games to cover, but they're all pretty interesting, I think, and
Okay.
they're what our patrons voted for. So thank you for that.
Yep.
Yeah, this is how it shook out. This week's theme was Doggo versus Froggo. That being the Disk Original Group versus the famous Atari 2600 publisher Froggo. A very fraught battle, back and forth all weekend, and then at the end, Dog won with possibly 1 or maybe 2 votes. So good job voting, everybody. It was a tough one. Thank you for doing your voterly duty.
Thank you for the voterly dutiness.
Alex, why don't you thank some folks?
All right, I want to thank Refurb, 53-month resub. Thank you so much for that, Refurb.
Yeah, thank you.
Nocturne Dustclaw, 48-month resub. That is 4 years of sub. Thank you.
Congratulations on the sub birthday, and thank you.
Oh, hey, we get to see some real dogs tonight. That's true.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Room Temperature with a 24-month resub. That's 2 whole years. Thank you. 2 years. I don't know what to say, but seen any good movies lately? Have I?
Have I?
Have you?
No.
No, actually.
That's not the answer you're looking for.
I
but
saw Despicable Me 4. It was not. No.
Yeah, I hear that that's not good.
It was just okay.
Alex doesn't want to get into it. He's upset about
I
Despicable
don't.
Me 4.
They replaced my favorite minions, so I'm not even going to
That's
get
unbelievable.
into it.
It's just like the old Transformers movie, how they killed off all the old ones to bring in new characters that you could buy toys of. I can't believe they graphically killed off Bob in the Despicable
they
Me.
eviscerated him. It was really disgusting, but that's what happens in this Minions world of ours.
That's what happens.
Thank you, St. Aspartame. 45-month resub. You're the man now, Doc. I mean, you're the dog now, man.
Oh,
Fuck.
shit.
I got it wrong.
Alex, good job.
First look at the sex. Yeah, I thank you for mentioning the sex minions. I don't know if
The
you saw
sex
that,
minions. Sailor
Okay.
Soapbox, thank you for the sub. Hey,
Hey,
baby,
baby.
are you a Final Fantasy status effect? Because you're a KO. I like that one.
Boo, that's good though.
That's pretty good. That's positive. That's affirming. As long as your puns are affirming and I appreciate them, then they're allowed. Okay, so Disk Original Group. The name that's on everyone's tongues nowadays. Actually, that hasn't been true ever. This was famously a huge failure for Square. So we're going to travel back in time and figure out just what happened. Before we do that, though, we have to bring in the hardware. Alex,
There it is.
look at that big chunky thing. The Famicom Disk System. The Famicom is the Japanese equivalent of the NES that we got over here. In the States, we never got the Famicom Disk System. That thing completely passed us by, basically because it became obsolete within the space of just a year, and it took down so many people who invested so heavily into it. That leads us directly into today's story. So, Alex, these things were stored on discs, these video games, as opposed to cartridges. At the time, and very much at the time, and not much long after, these could hold the largest Famicom games. You could have up to 1 megabit of game spread across 2 sides of this rewritable disc. You could also save your game, because you could write to the disc. That actually wasn't possible on Famicom games before. They were just like, batteries? Nah, it'll never work. Unfortunately, as we briefly discussed in our Ghosts and Goblins episode, the Famicom Disk System hardware was basically outmoded completely by the introduction of onboard cartridge memory mappers. Ghosts and Goblins, Makaimura being the very first one to have a 1 megabit ROM. So basically, cartridges became able to do what the discs did within the space of the year of the FDS launching. It was quite unfortunate. So while at the beginning they had hits with Castlevania and Legend of Zelda, and actually a whole bunch of Konami games, come to think of it. Yeah, within a year, people moved back to cartridges because you could just do everything you did on a disc, but on cartridge. And the cost wasn't really, it was kind of negligible, the cost between the Famicom cartridge and disc production. So that brings us to today's featured company. Dog! It's Dog.
I like that logo.
Dog stands for Disc Original Group. Now, Square, this is the Final Fantasy company, and this is their bizarre origin story, so keep that in mind. Like a lot of developers back then, they started off on personal computers, making games for PC-88, PC-98, the FM7, and whatnot. They were basically indie developers, and they had a lot of friends in the industry. They saw them all struggle, they saw them struggle to meet sales targets, and just essentially non-stop crunching in order to just stay alive. And they were like, you know what? We got some capital, and you're our friends, so what if we start up this publishing label on the Famicom Disk System? Bring your games and new games to Nintendo's platform at a fraction of the price, because discs are much cheaper to produce than Famicom cartridges. As long as you make the games, we'll produce them, and we'll market them for you. Sound good?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good to me.
That actually does sound like a really good deal. So they had a team of 8 different developers who all agreed to produce Famicom Disk System games as part of their Dog label. And how did that turn out? Well, we're going to cover every single game released under the Dog label, all 11 of them. It was not a huge success, to put it mildly. We'll go into more detail as we come to it. But for now, let's just look at this as like a positive, life-affirming experience, being all like, hey, you indie devs, we're going to lift you up because we care about you. We're one of you. We want to succeed. We want you to succeed. We're all in this together, right? So here we are, our big chance to join the Famicom boom, and the FDS will last forever, and it'll never be outmoded whatsoever. Everything's perfect. It's great. Sepasai, hello. Thank you for the 50 bits.
Thank you.
All right, let's freaking do it.
Let's do some dog gaming.
Now, there's one thing I've noticed about all these games, all 11 of them. They tend to have some really good cover art. So, Alex, why don't you bring in the cover art for our very first game, Appletown Story.
Little computer people.
The Little Computer People. This was brought over from Apple II and C64, developed by Square themselves. One of the first games they ever made for the Famicom hardware. So let's load this up. Actually, why don't you bring up that box art again?
Okay, hold on one second.
I want to zoom in on that art.
Okay, now let's see her.
There's some really, really charming artwork there. So imagine this game. You bring it home from your local disc writer store. And look at this. Isn't she great?
She's adorable.
I love her. She's the perfect little computer person.
That cat loves that other cat.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. Very cute.
I'd see this at the store and I'd be like, I need this. We gotta have this video game. So
Doki Doki! Oh, the cat's in love.
Yeah. All right, let's take it home and pop it into the Famicom Disk System and see what we get. There we go. Look at that. Feels like a good long time since we've covered a Disk System game. Maybe we covered 1 or 2 during our patron request gauntlets, but this deserves another deep dive at some point. For now, this is just like a shallow dive. I really like this intro. where Mario and Luigi are bitter enemies, and Mario's pissed as hell.
That's just like real life.
He's gonna get him. Get out of here, Luigi. No one wants to see you. They want to see me, Mario. Quit turning out the dang light. Aha, it was you. No,
Get
Mario.
His ass. Get his ass.
Yeah, right there. Now it's on and it's flashing. Up yours, Luigi.
The famous Mario phrase, up yours, Luigi.
I love that. That's so good. They didn't have to make such an elaborate BIOS screen, but they did, and I appreciate that. So starting up today's dog showcase.
The friggin' cat!
Look at this.
Oh.
At the time, this was a luxury you could only afford on the Famicom Disk System. The extra storage space for games meant that you could have introductions, stuff that was just, for flair, for graphical flourishes and stuff like that. That wasn't necessarily related to gameplay.
Hello.
Hello. I'm buying 10 Famicom Disk Systems immediately. Okay, good. We're setting off a new renaissance of the FDS.
Activision.
Yeah, Activision published the original English PC versions. But this is all Square, this version here.
Good music. If I recall, the FDS had, really good music in general.
Yeah, it had an extra sound channel. Not every game used it. You're not going to hear it very often, but it has this nice warbly tone to it. It's all like just like that.
Thank you, room temperature 25-bit disk system BIOS remembers me when the Wii to Wii transfer screen of unnecessary Nintendo screens. Yes.
Thank you. She says, "My name is Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
Nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you too, girl.
Interesting thing about this game, the name you get for this character is randomly determined every time you start up the game. There's apparently something like 60 different names that it could choose from. Sherry!
Sherry, wake up!
Wake up! Alright, gotta wake up at 7 a.m. Get my day started.
Yep.
What you doing, Sherry? Oh, she got
she's
dressed.
done.
Nice.
I thought she was in, the bathroom.
And this, what you see right now, is gameplay. You do very little to interfere with Sherry's life here. This game really is just about watching a little person in your computer go about their daily business. It's sort of similar to the garden mode in UFO 50, if you've played that. Except you don't collect things to give to her. There's just a very limited amount of interaction points.
I need to play UFO 50.
It's so good.
I know.
She's going somewhere.
She's gonna brush her teeth. Is she going out the window?
Yeah, she's gonna leave.
She's going Pepito mode. Oh,
yeah,
she's
there we
teeth.
go. Hell yeah.
You go, girl.
There's that power of the FDS. Teeth brushing cinemas, only possible on magnetic discs. She was really kind of random with it.
She's like,
Just drag the thing across your teeth in some vague manner. And to be clear, it was like this on the original computer version, that being a very interaction-limited, essentially Tamagotchi-style game.
Yeah, but in the original, didn't it not star a girl? It starred a
Yeah,
guy?
it had a guy instead of a girl. That's one of the few changes they made for this Disk System version. Now the thing is, there are interaction points. There are specific things that she needs to have in stock when she needs them, like cat food and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't supply that to her, she eventually gets really angry. And if you make her angry enough, she leaves and she never comes back.
She just leaves the system?
She just leaves. She's never there again. You have to turn off the system and roll another Sherry. Tough goes. Thank you for the sub.
Thank you. 47 months. Thank you.
She's got like a snack or something here.
She's got an air horn.
She's going to wake up her neighbors.
Yeah, she's like, it's 7:30. Wake up.
That cat's about to play the piano.
I like the cat a lot. I like that it just does what it wants.
Mm-hmm. So kind of an interesting start for Square on the Disk System. Just this. Not really a traditional game genre that was explored or even really possible on cartridges. Thanks to the limited amount of graphical storage space and whatnot. So to see this in 87 would be kind of like interesting.
It would be interesting, yeah. Oh, she's playing piano.
Play us a tune. Let's
Ma'am?
freaking go. Yeah!
Oh my god!
Yeah, bang your head!
She's really going at it!
Yeah, there's a bunch of different tunes that she can play. There's a lot of detail in this game that's not the same every time you play it. Like the character name, what they play on the piano.
Going off the shits in Apple Town.
I want some of those apples. Bang your head now. Thank you, Cartman. So I guess you can see this as Square attempting to capture some kind of other market, or at least attract people's interest in their dog publishing label. Like maybe prepare people for something a little different. Stuff that wasn't really possible before, but new genres, new paths of exploration that have opened up. I'd be headbanging to this if I saw this in 87.
Same.
I wonder how long this is. I'm gonna let this play out. I'm curious.
Yeah.
It's okay. Maybe it's not a shooter. Maybe it's not a platformer. Maybe it's not even an adventure game. But if you bought this for the lower price that FDS discs cost compared to cartridges, you might be delighted and surprised.
I am charmed.
All right, what should we get her? Phone, letter, cat food. Which of these icons should we click on, Alex?
Cat.
All right, go get your cat.
The cat was scratching at the door.
Aw, yeah, it is. Go let your cat out.
Tess does this.
What? No, the other way.
No, don't worry about it.
She tends to have a mind of her own.
She's like, no, just going over here.
Just gonna saunter my way over here.
Doesn't matter.
So this game does not have a save feature. It just lets you track one day in this character's life, and the course of an entire 24-hour day in this game takes about an hour and a half, apparently. So it's something you'd leave on, come back to, check on your little computer person, see how things are going. Or maybe they're just not there if you didn't give them the stuff they needed.
Phone.
Phone call.
Phone.
Oh, the phone always rings when you're in the bathroom.
It does.
Hold on. I gotta go get a snack first. Gotta get a snack for me so I can sit in my armchair and talk on the phone.
Girl, where are you going?
Where is she going? What does she do out there with the things she gets from the fridge?
Don't worry about it.
She's hopping
She
now.
was hopping. I heard something.
That face. Good face.
She seemed pissed.
Little bit. Maybe one of her enemies called her up.
Oh, wow, she does not want to do some things.
Yeah, I'm trying to do these other options, but it doesn't let you do them in sequence. Everything is very glacially paced in this game. Eventually, you can unlock like a tarot card sort of game with her. She plays cards with you. That affects her mood.
Oh.
You can send her letters. Just all stuff that gives these little interaction points that don't really have any sort of consequence other than to build character. But this game's all about character. Oh, she's gonna feed the cat. She gonna do it?
No, she's eating the cat food herself.
This one's for me. One for you, one for me. Cat's gonna bother her, probably.
It's like, could I please have some cat food today? And she's like, no, I'm sorry. Frisky's got a new recipe, and it's so damn good.
So that's essentially the limits of our interaction with Appletown Story. But again, if you played this at the time in '87, this probably would have made a big impression, and maybe would have made you thought better of the Dog publishing label. So speaking of which, you'd probably go back to the store and look for Square's next Dog label game, which is called Cleopatra no Mahou. Why don't you show the box art for that? Yeah, look at that. Pretty fancy.
Okay, folks, we got mummies and skeletons. Look at this.
Hell yeah. Perfect. She's brushing her teeth again.
Hold on.
She never stops. See? Confirmed. All right, Cleopatra no Mahou. What kind of game do you think this is?
I hear Mahou, and I assume adventure game.
Well,
but perhaps I'm a fool.
This game was translated as The Treasures of Cleopatra, which as far as I know isn't accurate. Like, Mahou is magic, right?
Yeah.
Well, at least it's in English. All right, here we go. Let's see about this Cleopatra treasure, aka magic. Is it Cleopatra Fortune? Yeah, it could be.
That's what I was wondering, actually. I was wondering if it was going to be Cleopatra's Fortune.
Yeah, luckily, people have translated a fair few of these, so thank God for that.
The Cursed Treasure of Cleopatra.
Oh.
DVD. I prefer VHS. Get out of here.
I prefer Blu-ray translations.
I prefer UHD Blu-ray discs to eat.
All right, we've explored the outer limits of that joke.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, VCD all the way. We got a lot of VCD fans
I love
in chat.
VCD. Laserdisc on top. I knew it. Who was right?
Oh, it's one of these. What is this font?
I was going to say this font is.
This is the small town's entrance. The shoes? The shops
shops
and houses are strung together in a line, giving the town a vaguely claustrophobic feeling.
That is a bad font. I'm so sorry, DVD.
The font gives this text a vaguely unreadable feeling. All right, let's look. What's in here?
It appears to be a pot. Watch out, there might be a scorpion lurking in there.
Ooh! Let's go.
Same line.
So there was a lot of these games on the Famicom at the time, thanks almost exclusively to a game called the Portobia Serial Murders, early Chunsoft and Enix game. People tended to like that game, so there was a whole bunch of mystery adventure games. A lot of them involving detective stories for Famicom.
Cat! Small shop can be seen nearby. I can see a sign. It reads in.
Well, we want to look at that cat.
The cat is asleep. Pet!
We can pet the cat! Yeah!
Purr.
Yeah! Yeah! Ah! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
A thief appears. What's my move?
I wanted
Fight, use item, or flee?
I just wanted to pet your cat! Fight, I guess.
Only a fool fights without a weapon. See, the enemy wasn't damaged at all.
Oh, no.
I think we should flee.
Yeah, we should probably flee.
Sometimes the only victory is a successful escape.
Okay, we gotta go find a weapon before we can fight anything.
Well, that guy cut at us.
Now, apparently these fights are random. They can show up anytime that you investigate anything or go anywhere. And you need to fight a lot because you gotta level up.
Welcome to the inn. It's only 50G a night. Will you be staying with us?
What's my G? I have 200.
Yeah. 40 HP, 0 experience, 200 something.
Alright, I guess we should stay here.
Oh, I slept well. My hit points have been restored. I am currently at level 1 and need 64 experience to level up.
I'm glad you can read that.
I'm also extremely close to the screen.
So this game is interesting because I don't think this has a... No, wait, this does have a save feature, right? Okay, it does let you save. Some of these games you had to do it in one shot, like Portopia itself. Oh, you hit B to cycle through the different locations
cool.
you can go to.
That looks like it's a weapon shop. Small
Oh.
sign. Shop in the center. I can see a sign that reads.
Hang on, we need to look at this to be sure.
It reads weapons.
Actually, it just says sword. Pictures indicate the things that are within.
Oh.
Yeah, they looked at the D-pad and were like, what the hell is this?
Welcome to Muhammad's Choose from our wide selection. I've been hearing rumors of evil spirits appearing, and a lot of unsavory characters have been showing up recently. Keep a wary eye out for bandits.
Okay, dude.
Knife costs 100G, the cutlass is 2000G, the cipher shield is 5000G,
Jesus.
and the armor is 20,000G. Which would you like?
I'm pretty sure this is all of the weapons and armor in the entire game. This is apparently a very short game that you need to grind through. There's very little content. Alright,
Thank you so much.
We bought the thing. It's cheaply made, but... Oh, we don't get more. Alright, let's go find that guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pet that cat again.
You just need to pet the cat.
Yeah, lots of load times are also something you're gonna see a lot on the Famicom Disk System. It's kind of funny the way the thing works. You expect like a disk to work like any kind of physical media, right? Like the data is somewhere on the disk, you go find it, and you load it whenever you want.
Yeah.
The disk system is really old, so it reads the disk from the very beginning to the very end every time it reads. So it needs to read the whole thing from the start, and at some point it grabs the data that it needs for each load time, and that's why the load times are so long. Pretty cool.
He's back! Fight. Yes, the enemy sustains a heavy blow.
Yes!
You only got hurt a little bit. Damn it! Stop dodging my attack!
That's what I'm saying.
Alright, that enemy sustains a heavy blow. Minor attack on us.
Am I gonna win this? I don't know if I'm gonna win this.
He keeps dodging your attack.
He does. Hey!
Oh, alright, the enemy went down.
Alright, how much experience we get?
10 XP, the enemy drops some money. I've received 10G.
I want to level up. I think the level up is at 14 points, right? Oh, I couldn't even choose go without some other guy
All right.
accosting me. Alright, let's do it. Let's level up in
Heavy
Cleopatra
blow.
no Mahou.
Woo! You only got 16 health points left.
Oh, he sure did.
You only got 6 health points left.
Crap!
I died. Try again from where you last saved.
My last save point is never, so that's Cleopatra no Mahou for the Famicom Disk System. The second in Square's lineup for its dog publishing label. I don't like this as much as Appletown Story. Even compared to games like this, which are often repetitive just by nature, this one feels really limited and kind of stilted in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it does.
Still, for 87, you could probably do worse. Could probably do better, though, too.
Ooh, I'm excited for this next game.
Alright, Alex is a fan of this next game already. This is called Suisho no Dragon. Why don't you bring up that box art?
Okay. I see a dragon in the top corner. Let's zoom on in. See the dragon? Good.
Now, the way they did the title is kind of weird.
Oh my god, look at this dragon in the background.
Because that kanji reads Ryu, but the furigana beneath it insists that you pronounce it dragon. I don't know what's up with that. But it's got some nice anime VHS style cover art there.
I like this. This is like, he looks like Amuro from the Gundams. And what if the dragon? Oh man, they need to make a dragon Gundam. Sorry, I don't know if you heard, Danny, but a new Gundam's coming out.
Yeah, they spelled it with like 7 U's for some reason. Stay tuned to Retro Pals for all the latest Gundam news.
They put one of the characters in a beanie hat.
Cool.
That's cool.
So this one was also translated as Crystal Dragon, which actually is an accurate translation.
Cool.
Oh boy.
I'm excited.
The latest dog game. It's something people might have thought back in 1987.
They were like, we're in for a howling good time.
Dog label. Oh shit, I gotta get this. You played this one? I hear people, this is remembered to an extent. I don't know if that's because it's good or not.
Yeah, it's fair. Show me Okay,
Crystal
show me dragon.
Oh wow, this is an old translation.
Oh, I love them! Oh my god!
Oh, they came from Appletown story.
Yeah, they're from Appletown.
They gotta go brush their teeth. Ooh, he's winded. Well, I'm out of here. Oh, he's got a cool bike!
Oh, sick!
Alright, let's do it. So this is yet another visual novel style adventure game. There's actually not many of these.
Oh,
Whoa.
the dragon's headed right for me. Fine, time for my controls to die. Fine, time for my controls to die. I should
Wow,
say.
what a start.
I love the dragon's abs. That's cool.
The first thing you see in this game is a giant crystal dragon in space. That's a hell of a way to start your video game.
Before I can think of a way out, a bracing impact sets me reeling.
Now loading. Yeah, look at that 12-pack.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I come to my senses in an unfamiliar ship. I'm Jean. I rescued you.
Hey, thanks, Gene.
We're almost there. Relax.
Alex is acting with his hands for some reason.
I'm because in my heart she's from New Jersey. she's part of the Sopranos universe.
Okay.
Listen. Money, 100 credits.
I hear that this has a somewhat unusual control scheme. Oh, it does.
Ooh, this is
Okay,
weird.
you hold B and push left and right to go in between these icons up here. Let's give her a kiss.
I asked her how she handled the dragon. What dragon? You were alone.
Let's
We're almost there. Relax.
have a look at her.
Her eyes are like crystal. Where in the galaxy could she have come from? What if she's a dragon? Strange eyes, aren't they? I'm thinking about changing their color.
I like this Space New Jersey and you've
Thank you. I like
composed.
her too. We're back. Don't pull any more reckless stunts, okay?
Okay. Might as well, okay. Yeah, here we
Airport's
are at the airport.
deserted.
Just a regular airport. We weren't out in space. It's hard figuring out what these...
Cynthia must not be nearby.
It's hard figuring out what these icons are for. I know the thumbs up is used for some reason. A lot of the information on these games, by the way, I'm getting from Random Strangers Famadaily and Year of FDS series on YouTube. So be sure to look that up.
Mm-hmm.
I've cribbed from him pretty heavily in previous episodes too. But what can I say? He has like the most comprehensive look at these games. And I'm not just going to go making up new facts. I mean, I could.
You could just straight up start lying. Kiss.
Yeah, that icon up there is the kiss icon. You go around kissing everyone. That's the
On
object of the
account
game.
of the dragon, the shuttle's closed.
Oh, there is a dragon.
On account of the dragon.
Well, where are we going now?
And you Revenant 58-month resub, 58 dogs.
That's a lot of dogs. Thank you, Revenant.
To the plaza.
Also noticing so far, these games don't have much in the way of music. They tend to be more atmospheric. I guess go down the street. Or... Oh, it's Cleopatra no Mahou style. You push B to go in between the marks. This was so early, they hadn't really standardized how controls should work for these kinds of games.
And they're showing the news in the plaza. Well,
It's
what's
on
the
the news. Hang on. Now loading the news.
The old peddler senses the commotion. Who the fuck is he? Sorry.
No, I'm watching the news. Come on, dude. Oh, I selected to go back. Screw you, dude. I want to watch the damn news. This does look cool. It's got a nice presentation to it. Do I just watch the news?
We believe the missing shuttle vanished after encountering a dragon.
Okay, so we're slowly starting to piece together what happened here.
So dragons are real. Really cool. That is.
What are these destination points? All right, let's go into the TV, I guess.
To the Research Institute. Now we're back at the plaza.
Okay, push A button once to engage move, then push B to cycle through the different locations you can move to, and then push A again to go to them. Square, for being known for their narrative-driven RPGs, is kind of, they started out a little rough here on the Famicom.
A little clunky.
Just a little bit. What's this sign say? Hey, you take off at the airport. Jeez. The nerve. I don't think there's much else we can do in this game. But this is translated. If you want to play through it, this is apparently a very brief playthrough, about 30 minutes long, including load times.
This intrigues me. If there was a walkthrough for this game, I would probably play through it just because instead of being like a fictitious dragon, it's a real-ass dragon.
Yeah, there's just a buff dragon in space.
Like, shit, there's a dragon. What the fuck do we do? There is no audio, no.
Yeah, it's supposed to be quiet. You're supposed to be sitting at home in 1987 with your FDS in your lap because the controller's cords are really short.
And you're listening to the radio because radio still exists.
Mm-hmm. Dude, all the exit points lead to the same place.
To the plaza.
I'm not the kind of person to play these games. I don't have much experience with them, so I can't really appreciate them. But this does have a nice visual style, and this is pretty well remembered in Japan for a couple of reasons. One being there was a hoax involving one of the characters playing strip rock, paper, scissors with you. They had a doctored picture in a magazine that was all like, hey, if you enter a secret code, you can make this girl take her clothes off. You know, stuff from back then.
Of course.
That was never actually in the game. We data mined it to make sure. Okay, next up. Alex, get ready for some cover art for your ass right here.
Okay.
Check this shit out. Our next game is Toby Dase.
Okay. I don't even care.
Toby Dase Daisaksen, or Toby Daisakuzen, if you want to say it cooler.
That's what I look like.
The cover has
That's
a nice
me.
fat dragon on the cover.
Yeah.
The main character is actually sequestered off to the very bottom right.
Look, he's like, uh-oh. It's all dragon, baby.
And this is the fourth and final game we're going to see from Square themselves, and they pulled out all the stops for this one. This was supposed to be their big hit for the dog label. They contracted a new programmer, a guy from Iran by the name of Nasir Gabelli, who would program a lot of their games going forward. They also hired on this audio guy by the name of Nobuo Uematsu, who composed the theme song for this game. So a lot of big stars made their debut here in Tobidase Daisaksen, which was released over in the States as 3D World Runner. And it's a game that I actually had as a kid, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Let's play it. I freaking love 3D World Runner. I don't know of anyone else who had this as a kid, but I played the hell out of it. This game's tough as hell.
It's a good game. I like this game too.
Also glad we finally got to a game that I can actually play instead of just flail around in. Daisakuzen.
Daisakuzen?
Alright, place side B. Side B placed.
Yeah, get your ass ready for some sick moves from Danny.
FTS gotta read the whole damn disc.
Oh, what a cute little guy. That's what I look like. I'm
a segmented dragon?
Yeah, I want to be... I want to be out segmented, no segments, 12 abs. I don't know. I'll be any dragon.
Jumpin' Jack, it says down there. That's your name.
Oh.
This is Jumpin' Jack in Tobidase Daisaksen by Nasir. All right, Nasir, what you got for us? What kind of game can you make on this FTS? Some kind of adventure game? Some kind of scrolling pictures game? Wait a minute, this is a real video game. Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Can I say something very controversial?
What?
I like this game more than Space Harrier.
Whoa.
Sorry, everybody.
Holy shit.
Don't tell everybody I said that. So everybody in chat, forget what I just said.
It sounds like the audio's doubled for me. Is it like that for anyone else? As long as it's not coming through the stream, it's fine.
It doesn't sound doubled for me.
No, it doesn't. It sounds a little echoed. Maybe it's just my ears. Sounds fine to you? Okay, that's cool. I could just be hallucinating.
Yeah, no, everyone's like, the chat sounds fine.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds fine, okay.
The chat sounds fine, too.
Chat sounds great.
You all sound great.
Because they're all saying that 3D World Runner is great, and they are great.
And they're all correct.
Yeah, yeah. I just feel this game has a charm to it.
I feel like this game didn't really get the attention it deserves, either in Japan or the US. I feel like it got a decent amount of promotion in the Nintendo Fun Club News or whatever that was back then. But I never hear of anyone being like, oh yeah, I played this shit as a kid, it was awesome. Really, there should be more people like that. There's a 1-up.
There you go.
And away I go. I've always liked how he just goes up to the to heaven in his little balloon, then he just comes back down. So yeah, it's Space Harrier, only it's a 3D platformer. You don't actually fly in this game, you just run and jump, because you're jumping jack. You can adjust your speed, you can either go slow, medium, or fast. Lots of pits to jump over, lots of things to collect. You can fire if you have a missile power-up, which apparently I don't at the second.
There's a good fat dragon on the cover.
Yeah, what more do you need? That's something for everybody. This Uematsu guy. He can make a catchy little tune, I tell you what.
Yeah, it's pretty catchy, pretty catchy.
Maybe another thing. Maybe another thing that kept people from really getting this game is the fact that it was published by Acclaim in the US. And even back then, they kind of had a stank on them. You know, like, oh, Acclaim. Well, this game's either going to be okay or it's going to be the worst dog shit you ever played in your life. Not to the extent of, say, an LJN game, but still.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You were taking your life into your hands when you got an Acclaim game. But only if we knew the origins of this game on the beloved dog label on the Famicom Disk System. And I mean, compared to those kind of weird and middling adventure games, this is great. This is honestly really awesome. There's like one of these up here. Yeah, there we go. Go crazy! Yeah! It's invincibility.
That's good going crazy music.
I listen to that whenever I go crazy.
Same.
Oh shit, I missed it.
Missed it!
The thing I didn't know about those, the invincibility power-up before I watched the Random Stranger video on this, is that you get more invincibility if you grab it when you're jumping. Like, it depends on your height, how much invincibility time you get.
Wait, for real? That's so strange.
Yeah. That was something I'd wondered since I was a kid. It's like, sometimes you get 10 seconds of invincibility, sometimes you only get a couple. But if you didn't know that, now you know. The mushroom is death, by the way.
Yeah, it's a bad mushroom.
I wonder how many kids picked up the mushroom in this game, thinking it would be good because of
Mario.
Because of the Mario Brothers, yeah.
For all that Mario propaganda, not telling children that it's like making children. That's why everybody dies when they eat mushrooms, because they all think it's Mario.
Yeah, Sega fan Nasir just laughing his ass off when the kids pick up the mushroom instinctually. You could tell he was a Sega fan, given that this is a pretty clear riff on Space Harrier.
Oh, just a little bit. Just a little bit of a riff.
Just a little bit. Just slightly inspired. Ooh. Oh, come on, make it to the boss.
You're so close.
Yeah,
there you go!
Now, the boss, you can fly around Space Harrier style. Your limiters are taken off.
Alright, when you get a sec, Chad is asking to see the pause screen in this game.
Okay. Yeah, I'll show that to you in a second.
Okay.
I like his pose at the end of the level. Like, what's that supposed to be?
Yeah, the death cap mushrooms are all, people eat them because they're like, this is Mario, right?
Yeah. Alright, here's your pause screen.
Oh, he's just sitting there. Is he smoking?
As a kid, I thought he was smoking, but looking at the sprite more carefully, as an adult, I think he's just yawning.
Yeah, he's just sighing.
I really thought as a kid he was just having a little smoke break. Mm-hmm. Again, this game has the kind of personality to it that you didn't really see in pre-87 cartridge games. You could see the FDS being the future of gaming in many ways. Okay, in this level, you don't have control over your speed. You're just automatically going as fast as possible. I didn't like those because you have less control over your jumps. And sometimes you do want a shorter, shallower jump, like that.
Yeah.
It's a tough game, especially to get into nowadays, but it's one that I recommend, because even compared to Space Harrier, it's still pretty unique, and it stands out with Famicom especially.
Good stuff.
Check out that 3D World Runner, aka Toby Daxin.
Oh, Okay, fair point. In Space Harrier, you get to ride the dragon, something you can't do in this game.
That is true. It does have a rideable dragon. That's one point in Space Harrier's favor.
That is true.
I just like running to the side when you're invincible. Like, fuck all y'all. Out of here. Okay, my favorite enemy in the game is right here. These hands.
They just stop you.
Because you do have a time limit, and occasionally the time is pretty strict in this game. But I just really enjoyed these hand enemies blocking you until you find the correct pathway through. It's just so funny in video gaming. Video gamey. Like, why would this exist in real life? Anyway, I should. I'm just gonna play this all day. This again is a childhood favorite, so I could go on forever. But that is Square's lineup for the DOG publishing label. That was their example they set for all the other developers they hired on. Like, see, you could do adventure games, you could do a port of a computer game, you could even make something like technically impressive, like the 3D Battles of World Runner. So, what do you guys got? What do you got in the hopper for us? Well, about that, let's explore what the 8 different developers had in store for the dog publishing label. First up, we got a game from Carry Lab. Again, all these studios are companies that had experience in computers. A lot of their previous games basically entirely unknown to U.S. audiences. The only reason they're known to English language speakers nowadays is they had Famicom games that were very poorly remembered. But you might remember this one. This is Carry Lab's famous Hao-kun no Fushigi no Tabi.
Let's look at that.
Yeah, let's look at that cover art.
Hey, it's a cool witch.
That's some pretty nice art. I like that. That looks like the cover of a Ghibli movie or something.
It does. This looks good.
Yeah, you'd see this in the store shelves and be like, fuck yeah, dude. I love anime. I gotta get this game.
Okay, so not so bad looking. This could be good.
Could be. Could be. Noman, you're just in time. This is what we're about to play. Here we go. Hao-kun no Fushigi no Tabi. Yeah, this one you may have rented for the NES because this was released over here in the States as Mystery Quest.
Oh, a Mystery Quest.
But something that's unique to this version is it has these illustrations on the title screen. The title screen for Mystery Quest is really low rent. They just like spell out the game's title in like these blocks, like bricks. But since we had the extra storage space on the FDS, why not make it a little more elaborate?
Okay, I like that. That's me. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, it's actually telling the story down there. Something about a magic user. I didn't read it in time.
Cut the game in half in America, huh?
Yeah, this was one of those cases where they didn't just cut this art, they actually cut a lot of the game too. You actually saw that more often on the Sega Master System.
Yeah, this art reminds me of Japanese microcomputers.
Yeah, this very clearly identifies this had its origins from at least a developer of computer games from back then.
Oh, you're this guy's apprentice? Okay. Oh my god.
That's a huge finger.
Look at those faces.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
It's even got that PC like dithering to it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You didn't see much like this in the Famicom back then. He's probably saying something important.
You must stop sucking ass. It's awful.
Be a better magician, fuckhead.
You're making me look like shit.
What's that big explosion behind him?
The sun.
Oh, okay.
It's going supernova. Don't worry about it.
They should take care of that.
Nah.
Are we being taught magic by Harry Dean Stanton? Good question.
Great. No.
Hey, we grew a mustache. That's the first step on our journey.
Your head is on backwards.
Jeffrey from Rainbow. Yeah, we're gonna meet frickin' what's his name, Bungle at the end of the game.
Oh, I hate him.
I almost said Biffo.
He does look like Daydreaming Davy. Thank you. That
Yeah,
was
a little
killing
bit.
me.
Okay, well, we got an intro. I wouldn't say it's especially well drawn, but it is an intro, which you didn't always get back in '87. Well, let's see what the game's like. Yeah, it just fills up with hearts for the rest of it for some reason. We're out of story. Try.
Okay.
Well, these sound effects are good.
Classic name. Always love to see an ass gaming.
All right, this ass is now permanently saved to this ROM. Whenever you save a Famicom Disk System, you irreparably damage the ROM with your save data. That's what makes it hard to preserve these games, because to preserve an FDS game, you need to find an unused disk. If someone is saved to it, it's no longer, you know, it's in its default initialized state. So a lot of people had to go buy and sealed FDS games to get the good dumps that you enjoy nowadays. Look, it's the dog blimp.
Dog. I wish the dog blimp was real. I wish we could see that floating above sports games instead of Goodyear. What's a Goodyear blimp done for us anyway?
Has there even been a Goodyear?
Exactly!
Ever since that stupid blimp was launched.
You get roll of magic.
So there are differences in this game. Like, for instance, you don't start with your weapon. You have to actually pick it up. There might also be different power-ups that aren't in the US version. You can shoot upwards in this game, which I always found kind of weird, because you can never shoot straight up. It's just...
angled, yeah.
You can't really predict it. God, Mystery Quest. Alright, who rented this back in the day, and who was extremely disappointed by this game? I only remember seeing this game for like $15 at KB Toys, but I ended up buying a different $15 game that day. That was Kung Fu Heroes, which isn't much better than this, and I don't think it's better at all, actually.
Some folks had this and they were like, no.
Yeah, it's very unmemorable. It's very default platformery, you know? But this coming from a developer of primarily, well, only PC games, of course they wanted a piece of the platformer market, right? Shit.
Your vitality went down, dog.
Can I shoot the dog blimp?
No. No, you'll set
Oh,
it on
the
fire.
humanity. That would have been cool. Hey, it's a little me.
Yeah, get it.
Okay. I absorbed more of myself.
Your health bar went up, but your health
I feel
went
very
down.
strange now. Yeah, we traded current HP for more max HP. That's, yeah,
Good
that's
jump.
what I assumed that was. Oh, we collected the sign. Oh? No, give me that.
Okay.
Eventually, from what I remember of playing Mystery Quest, this game eventually becomes a little bit non-linear in the castle levels. And there's stuff that's not really obvious you have to do in order to progress. So there are, like, adventure game elements. Ooh. I'm not very good at Mystery Quest, forgive me.
They are killing your vitality.
Still, I would say that hao-kun is different enough where if you're a fan of Mystery Quest, do those exist? Then this is worth checking out.
They do! They do! We've got people in chat who've beaten Mystery Quest.
Okay. Wow, good for you.
I know, right?
Okay, that gave me a little bit of vitality. Oh, I love the low health alarm. It sounds so good.
Do-do.
Hedgehog!
Like that?
Oh, that pathetic ducking animation. This is like a please don't hurt me animation. I told you we were gonna get some crusty games tonight.
Very crusty.
You haven't even experienced the crustiest of the crust.
I don't know, this is a pretty flaky pumpkin pie crust to me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still in Thanksgiving mood. God, it's December, I gotta get out of bed.
Why don't you just bake some more pies?
No, I didn't even bake a pie this year.
I'm gonna run out of health. Help. Oh, God.
You die.
No vitality. Game over. Now here's something that's kind of funny with this game.
Okay.
Or at least it's something that I heard. Either here or later on in the game, your vitality will actually continue to count down while you're selecting continue.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's possible to continue with the vitality bar completely drained. Yeah, look at it.
There it goes.
And if you continue with the bar completely drained, it's just like, oh, sorry, game over. I don't know if that's something they fixed for the US version, but it's pretty good.
Thank you Scarlet Swordfish, 64-month resub. It's my birthday. Thank you for the gift of your stream. Oh, happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday!
Huge happy birthday to
And
Scarlet
thank you for the sub.
Swordfish. Thank you.
Wish I had better games for you.
Yeah, sorry you got a mystery quest is your birthday game. Sorry.
Can I go down here? Oh, it's the Mystery Mushroom Land.
There's an item in this game that just doubles your score.
Cool.
No reason, nothing else, just doubling your score.
I remember there being kind of strange pickups in this game. Like, at one point, you need to collect a no smoking sign. That symbolizes health.
I mean, fair enough. Oh man, it's Broken Scholar's birthday too. Happy birthday to all the birthday freaks.
Holy shit, happy birthday, everybody. Happy
guess
birthday to hao-kun.
It's not Hao-kun's birthday. Well, maybe it is. We don't know. Maybe that's why he's got that jaunty little hat on.
Yeah, it's his birthday hat. This first level feels longer than the first level in Mystery Quests. Maybe they chopped down the level length in these individual levels. Oh, I remember the game I was going to compare it to. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for NES had a similar thing happen, where they chopped up the US release to make it have less content than the Japanese one. But it's a similar situation with this, where is it really better if there's more of this game? Really? I don't know. I may be angering.
Hey, get it.
Could be angering hao-kun fans around the world right
hao-kun
now.
fans are seething. You will not believe what they're saying in the comments.
Get these freaking bees away from me. We made it.
Okay, what's in the castle?
More bullshit. People out there are seething. They're maulding.
They are mauling over this.
Yeah, this is where shit gets kind of non-linear. You have to progress by finding these hidden items, which are you only find them by either like bumping your head in different spots or shooting parts of walls. Tower of Jiraga was big. Its influence lasted for many, many, many years. I'll just say that much.
Nick Chaotix, 46-month resub, a tier 2. Thank you. 4K Hao-kun remake when, Square?
Hey, tell
them.
Tell Square to do it. Tell their president that they can turn it into an NFT and he'll go all for it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the tier 2. I appreciate it. Alright, Carrie Lab. That wasn't great. You made a game that has some fans, but really this game only existed because so few games existed that were like this back then. It was still kind of novel to make a little guy walk to the right and jump around.
Yeah.
Other than that, not a big fan of hao-kun or Mystery Quest.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have another developer on board. We got Crystalsoft, spelled with an X.
Extalsoft. I'm gonna put that in chat because I can't believe how this is spelled.
Crystalsoft is here to regale us with their video game Kalin no Tsurugi. Bring up that box art, won't you?
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it's spelled.
Hello! Who is this hunky demon?
Now we're talking. Now this is some cover art. Some nice fantasy-flavored cover art. A nice big beefy gargoyle. He's also boofy.
He is a little boofy.
A little bit boofy with it.
I like him. I like him a lot.
If you saw this at the store, would you buy it?
Yeah, I think it'd be sick, but I'd also be worried it'd be a wizardry-like, so I'd be afraid.
Well, that's good instinct, Alex.
No way.
It's a little bit similar to what you might have been expecting. Okay, this one also has a translation. Let's do it.
Okay.
It was translated under the name Sword of Kalin. Crystalsoft didn't do many console games. This may be their only one. In fact, not to spoil things, but every single developer we're going to cover here tonight that's not Square dropped out of developing games entirely after the Dog project collapsed.
All of them?
All of them. Like, some of them it took many years. Some companies lasted into the Super Nintendo era, but eventually they all eased out of game production. Yeah, thanks, King Mike. You are named Ass.
All caps.
Blessed son of King Ass. This was secretly Square's way of eliminating competition. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, just make some games. We'll publish them. We know their games are gonna suck. I really like the idea, though. It has a sense of camaraderie to it, right? Like all your fellow devs back in the day, you just wanted to help them out. Instead, it ended up...
Is this highlight?
It's a little bit highlight with it.
Boy, protect this castle. Aren't you fancy? Sorry, I shouldn't sass him. They're doing a good job protecting the castle, I guess. King, your castle ain't got shit in it. Oh, thank you for the magic rod. Are you sure you don't want it for yourself? Glad, Riff.
Hurry and find Gandalf.
Oh, it does have a dedicated stairs button. Delightful.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Can I see the princess?
Water from the magic well. And
Oh,
the
she's
singing
sick.
fruit. Terrible illness.
Alright, we gotta go. We gotta go fix the princess. Lizard tree? I'd like to see that.
Okay, so Crystasoft Public developed a wizardry-like for the PC 6001, just called Lizard. Lizard, thank you. Thank you
Awesome.
for that info I needed to know.
I gotta play Lizard.
Yeah, this is very Dragon Quest vibes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dragon Quest, needless to say, quite huge when it released in 86. And this being nothing but games released in 87, we're gonna see a lot of that influence.
What's that priest doing? Knock it off.
That's
You're
the Archbishop of Death! Can we trust the Archbishop of Death? Who's sitting there doing God knows what?
Something.
Hey, I'm the Archbishop of jacking off. You can trust me. Dude, everyone has problems. Sure? Yeah, I probably need that.
Thank you very much. Okay.
They're loading me down with information.
Well, can you give me some gear?
The Archbishop of the Death said that there was something for us up here,
Okay.
and I trust that guy. Wait a minute, what do you mean be careful not to use the rods too much? So far, that's the only thing I've gotten.
The world of Len. Okay. Len seems like a shit place.
Huh, alright.
Maybe enter?
Oh, could be. Nope.
Okay. Just a thought. Well, maybe the Archbishop of Death is a fucking liar.
Maybe. Maybe it's just behind the door, and we don't have a way to access it.
Yeah, we need a key.
Should have never trusted that guy. I love using my rods, Mo. Larry, you're sick. I don't feel like exploring the rest of the castle. Let's just go. Let's go on our adventure already. Is this the kind of thing where your stuff is automatically equipped? You know, probably not. Oh, okay. We've got,
Sword.
we've got sword.
Chainmail. Okay, you got a fire rod.
Okay, we're good. So, it's looking like enemies are just kind of randomly over the overworld. Good news, Alex. This is a bump combat game.
Yeah, bump combat. Best kind of combat.
We have a hide glide, folks. Increment your hide glide counter. Except in this game, it takes you to a separate screen, a la the early Ultimas or something, where you do your bump combat there. Yeah, just like every other bump combat game, you gotta hit enemies indirectly on the fucking...
You are dead.
God damn it. You gotta hit them, like, not straight on, unlike what I did. I got stun locked by 2 enemies who just kind of held me in place and beat me to death. Cool. What's down here?
Dogs.
It's okay. Maybe this is a little more playable than the adventure-style games we saw before, just by virtue of being an RPG with... Fucking God! Never mind!
Mega generated!
This isn't playable by anyone. No one can play this. This is not a game meant to be played by humans. They just lock you in place and kill you. Is that a zombie? Let's go say hi. You guys probably don't have fireballs. There you go. That's how you bump
Easy
combat.
peasy. Killing the living dead.
Can we check? Can we check the zombies? Oh, I lost all my items. Cool. Cool game you got there, Crystal Soft.
You're welcome. It's delicious.
God, if you get attacked by 2 enemies at once, you're basically dead. I got really lucky there. So, a familiar game featuring elements you may have seen from other, more popular, better games at the time, just rearranged a little bit and given that distinctive dog flavor.
Ew.
The taste of dog.
No thanks.
Like drinking a cool glass of water from a pool where a dog has been swimming around in it.
Alright, next game. That's disgusting.
Okay. Alex has refused my analogy. I don't blame you. Now, Alex, good news. One of the companies who signed on with Dog is one of our very favorite companies who we keep coming back to every single... it feels like every single stream, but really it's just a common theme that's woven throughout the many RetroPal streams. Folks, we have a System Satcom game. Not only that, but we have a Mark Flint game, System Satcom's star programmer.
Oh, shit. Let's take a look.
They made a game called Moonball Magic. Check this shit out. Look at that.
All right, that's sick. This looks like a
Look at
cover
that freaking
for prog rock.
Yeah, that Yes album cover.
This is so prog. Look at this.
It's so good. That's a magical moonball if I've ever seen one.
Look at that moonball.
Again, if these games had nothing else, they all had amazing cover art that made you want to buy the game. It made you curious about what was on the disc. It really charged the animation, the imagination, you know? Like, before you even brought the game home, you were all like, wow, Moonball Magic. Holy shit. Well, here we go. What you got for us, Mark Flint? Mark Flint, the genius programmer behind games like Fire Rock for the FDS, which wasn't released under the Dog label.
That's a shame.
He also programmed Smart Ball, Mansion of Hidden Souls, and basically all of our favorite games.
Okay, so he's a god amongst men.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mario Kiluigi.
They really positioned him as like this mysterious superstar programmer along the lines of something like, say, I don't know, Richard Garriott or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they intentionally kept him mysterious. Like, apparently his name is known by some people, but they're not talking. He was just like a guy at System Satcom that they invented this mythos about. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, because Mark Flint is a genius programmer. This is the only game where you have to manually flip the disc. How do you do that? Okay, yeah. There we go. And bam, you're in. Flint's Moonball. Alex, this is Flint's Moonball. Oh. Now this is a powered-up version of Mark Flint's previously released, I think, PC-88 game that was just called Moonball. But this version, it's magical. See?
Oh. Danny, I hate to say it, this looks mid as fuck.
Now, hang on.
Okay, sorry.
Hang on. We haven't even seen the title screen yet.
Oh! Are you kidding me? I thought you were playing.
I was playing. That was an interactive title screen.
Really? Okay, Mark Flint. Okay, Mark Flint. Okay. Alright, I take it back. That was kind of sick.
See, there's that magic he promised you.
This is a little sick. This is kind of sick.
Thank you, System Satcoms. Thank you, Dog.
I like this. Oh, that was cool.
So pretty neat. Not often
Yeah,
you see a
okay.
game with like a distinct cold open like that one did. So way to go, Mr. Flint. If that is your real name, which I know it isn't. And once you get to the game itself, it's like this stage-based pinball game where you have to do all these goals in these different pinball tables in order to progress through them.
There's a little elf freak up there. There you go. Hit its ass.
Got his ass. All right, there you go. That's stage one.
Okay.
Unfortunately, in terms of pinball physics, this game is bad. Like, really bad. It's hard to think of a worse pinball game on Famicom, unfortunately. And that's including stuff like Super Sushi Pinball and like frickin' there's a couple other Japan-only ones that are really bad, but still not like this. It has its own physics engine. The physics aren't really predetermined, much in the way that games like Nintendo's Pinball or Pinbot are, which is basically if you hit a certain spot on the screen, the ball will reflect the same way every time. So like there is some kind of momentum to it and thought to how it reflects off of things, but it's just... it's weird. It's like Pinball on the Moon, which, you know...
I mean, it is Moonball Magic.
True, so fair enough, Mark Flint. I like this jolly tune.
It's very jaunty.
Now, maybe the worst thing about this game is you only get 3 balls, and there's no continues, and it's very possible to just lose your ball over and over thanks to the extremely weird physics. It's pretty much pinball with Fire Rock physics. Some people have suggested that Fire Rock, the barbarian platformer, is built off of this game's engine, which explains why your barbarian just kind of pinballs off everything. He's a bouncy boy, if you've never played Fire Rock. But also, I guess System Satcom didn't have Dog as their only project, because another company called Use ended up publishing Fire Rock. And of course, System Satcom had other publishers with games like Smart Ball, which I think was Sony?
Maybe. I like that little slug guy.
And while System Satcom did stick around for a while, eventually they did get out of the video game industry.
Okay.
They stuck around as long as, you know, they brought us games like Gabal Screen.
Yeah! Did Flint have any hand in Gabal Screen?
I bet he did. I bet that was his shoe. This is the best I've ever done at Moonball Magic. I'm like a Moonball Magic god.
You're a Moonball freak.
It can't wrap around. That's not how pinball works. Mark? Anyone play a pinball machine where the ball wraps around horizontally?
Don't worry about it. It's magic. It's Moonball Magic.
I'd be losing my shit. Also, we're hearing a lot of public domain music in these games, if you noticed that, too.
Yeah.
Like the song that Sherry played in Appletown Story. No, we have a bunch of drop targets to hit for this one. And it goes on like this. It's pretty interesting if you're into pinball games, which I am. Look at this shit.
Oh,
Mark, please. Thank you.
No, Mark.
They should have had Markiplier make this game instead. Well, I'm right.
I guess.
Superstar programmer, Markiplier. Basically, play Fire Rock.
Yeah, play Fire Rock.
Fire Rock's good. This, it's harder to defend this game. But it's neat, and it's a nice addition to the Dog catalog.
And it's Moonball Magic.
The Cattle Dog. Eh?
No.
Oh, okay. There we go. That concludes the System Satcom portion of the program. We gotta have one of those per stream. It's mandated. Next up, you know who else signed on with Dog, Alex? Square got Thinking Rabbit to sign on with Dog.
A Thinking Rabbit?
Yeah, Thinking Rabbit. And they released a game called... hang on, I have this written down. Jikai Shonen Metom Meg. Show that box art. Look at that.
Okay, I like all the... Wait a minute.
Yeah, we gotta see that logo down there. We gotta see the Thinking Rabbit itself. Look at that.
Oh, Soft Office! Hold on, let me make this bigger.
The ultimate team-up that you never imagined. Thinking Rabbit and Dog. Together at last.
Danny, is this what I think it is?
It's not Sokoban.
It's not. It looks like Sokoban to me.
It's pretty Sokoban adjacent, but I'd say it stands on its own as its own game. Thinking Rabbit, of course, for Sokoban. Basically, every single version of that crate pushing game you can think of came directly from Thinking Rabbit. If you played it on TurboGrafx as Boxy Boy, or on the Genesis as Shove It, the warehouse game, it can all be traced back to Thinking Rabbit, who basically had one hit, and they tried to follow up on it. And, well, let's see how that went for them. Also made a Famicom game by the name of Eight Eyes you may have played. That's that kind of strange Castlevania-style game.
Oh,
where
yeah, Eight Eyes.
you controlled a guy and his owl friend. A lot of good ideas they had at old Thinking Rabbit. That rabbit is always thinking.
Game Boy Mega Man 2 uses the same font as Eight Eyes, so there's rumors that Thinking Rabbit may have been involved in that.
Yeah, they may have done one of the Game Boy Mega Man games.
Oh.
But eventually, like all the companies that Dog employed, they bowed out of gaming.
Danny, select boy or girl now.
Oh, okay.
And then push a start button.
Button.
Do it.
This is something I like, so check this out. The title says it says freaking Jikai Shonen Metom Meg, but if you push the select button, it changes to Jikai Shoujo Metom Meg.
Oh, okay.
So you're getting like 2 games in one, right?
Oh.
Eh? Boy or girl? Shoujo Metom Meg and Shonen Metom Meg. Who should we be?
The girl.
All right, let's be Meg.
Shoujo.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta set that again.
Let's re-enable this bullshit.
Wait, please.
Mark Flint demands you manually flip over the disc.
Mark's right.
How do I spell ass in katakana?
I know you. The first one's ah.
There we go. We did it.
Okay.
Asu.
Love you, Asu.
I would never argue with Mark Flint. He knows what's best for all of us.
He's like a caveman programmer. He's scary.
Because his name is Flint.
Yeah, Mark Flint is the name of a caveman.
Mark Flintstone.
Yeah, Mark Flintstone. Come on.
All right, it's time to play Mat Meg, also known as Met Mag, depending on which character you play as. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Wait, please.
Waiting. Oh, it's a puzzler.
It's a puzzle platformer. It's a puzzle platformer, Alex. And it has a unique polarity mechanic, where depending on what color you are, you're either attracted to or repelled by these different colored blocks. Like this one, I think it's our polarity, so we can just push up off of it.
Mm-hmm.
While the red one does this kind of thing. It pushes us away, so we need to like get some momentum going, and then like that.
Okay.
So this is kind of neat. And honestly, of the few non-Sokoban Thinking Rabbit games that exist, this is probably among the best of them. There's a lot of levels. I think there's even different levels depending on whether you're a boy or a girl. So a lot of different gameplay options you got here. It's got the spelunky side jumps. Is that a rabbit?
It is.
Is that deadly? Oh, I'm attracted to the red blocks, so I can't go down and see. There's our pencil. Shit.
You got attacked by words.
Oh, I think we gotta jump on dudes, a la Mario 2.
Come over. Come over.
But
There you go.
looking at these games, you may think, why did they do this? Why did they make such a very expensive, very risky project? But if you look at the previous games from the previous year of FDS, that is 86, the year it launched, Mario 2, The Lost Levels, Legend of Zelda, Castlevania, a bunch of really good Konami games, actually. For 1 year, that is exactly 1 year, and that year being 1986, the FDS was the thing to get.
It was king shit.
It was kind of like how everyone latched on to FMV when the Sega CD came out. They were like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
this is hot. We gotta go all in on this. This is the direction gaming is going. We gotta do this. Except, I guess, on a much smaller scale, because these developers, just by definition, were very small time. I wanted them to succeed, though. I like the little guy to win.
I know, me too, but unfortunately,
Yeah, there is...
they just didn't have the dog in them.
Wow. All right, why continue the stream now? We've developed our conclusion. In conclusion, they didn't have that dog in them. And it does like the yeah from NCIS.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Chad doesn't know. That's so long gone. No one
knows about that guy who put on his sunglasses and made a quip, and then the Who went, yeah!
NCIS Miami, baby.
I think I may have screwed myself.
You did. You're screwed.
I'm the wrong polarity. But, if you're looking for a pretty interesting take on puzzle platformers, that honestly was kind of ahead of its time for 87, do check out Metom Meg, aka Matou Metom Meg, for the Famicom Disk System.
I will check out Matou Meg.
One of the best Thinking Rabbit games that money can buy. I miss Thinking Rabbit.
Yeah, not so thinking now, are they?
Alex!
I don't know.
Well, we go from one animal developing games to another. Rabbits make pretty good games. How about hummingbirds? Our next two games come from Hummingbird Soft. The first one is Matou Senki, Deep Dungeon. Let's see that box art.
Okay, alright, so first off, we've got Shirtless Man, or his shirt's coming off, I like that.
Okay.
He's got this monster tentacles wrapped around him, and I like all of this.
Yeah, this is such a cool scene that they're representing here on the cover. Again, just capturing the imagination right from the off. You pick this up at the store and be like, damn, Deep Dungeon.
Deep Dungeon.
2,900 yen, huh? All right, you got me, guys. I'm in. Let's see what 2,900 yen gets us. This one and the sequel also have translations. A lot of these were translated, believe it or not. Okay, I'll be in the Deep Dungeon.
Okay, don't dungeon too deeply.
Oh, Alex, it's the Deep Dungeon. I have to.
There.
The Heretic War. From Hummingbird Soft. King Mike did so much good work for NES translations. He quit many years ago, but man, shoutouts to King Mike. Alright, let's go into the Deep Dungeon. This is a thing they reference in FF14? Holy shit. I didn't know anyone wanted to remember Deep Dungeon. Let's register our name. Oh, okay. Well, you know me. We'll go with the traditional spelling this time. It's working. That's right, they did reference King's Knight in FF15. The King's Knight content you crave is coming up, don't worry.
How deep's the dungeon? Oh, ass.
Oh, ass.
That's what I'm always saying.
Typical ass. You're the only one who can save this land and my daughter, Etna.
Etna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Too many young men have died.
We get a bunch here. There we go. Count on you.
Wow, cool door.
Yabba dabba doo, I'm counting on you. Sorry.
Let's go. Let's delve into that dungeon. I've noticed that that's a common theme among these games. That is very shrill music. Especially Mystery Quest had some real shrill bangers. Ouch! Ass hit his head.
Danny, don't hit your head. Stop hitting your head!
You have to kick the door open and burst inside. Well, just like you may have expected from the name Deep Dungeon, this is a dungeon crawler of the first-person variety. I'm walking east. Actually, let's go in this door.
Where are the creatures?
There you go.
Okay, alright, there it is.
There's that creature you wanted to see. Oh, I didn't get any... I didn't get any equipment.
Oh, you're fucked, Danny.
It just kind of set me out the door. This king set me up to fail. No wonder so many young men have died. Well, that's it. That's Deep Dungeon.
Alright, that's Deep Dungeon.
Let's return from death.
Okay.
What does that do for us? Extremely cold jams in this game. Can we not? We can't. It's not letting me. Alright, let's return to the save point that I didn't make. Let's re-roll that ass.
Okay.
Oh, were you going to give that to me, or...?
Oh yeah, her dagger should help you. Don't worry about it.
God damn it. Oh, this is all... We're in the town right now. I see. Alright, let's get some.
I'll take anything you don't need.
A delicate blade. Copper blade. Let's go for the copper one.
Feel free to come again if you survive.
Thanks, dude. Do we all just live down here in the deep dungeon?
Yeah, I think that's part of the game, like, story.
Let's get the leather clothes. And also the leather shield. Should do us well. Okay, we're all kitted out now. We're ready for this. Let's descend.
Dungeon time. Dungeon time.
Yeah, now we're ready.
Okay. Bust in the door and shoot the skeleton with your copper blade.
I don't think this is the kind of blade that shoots.
Oh man.
We can't. There's no door behind us. I think we're here to stay.
Yeah, you're stuck.
Oh, this one's locked. Who built this dungeon with these very clearly defined doors? Also, this isn't really kind of like a cavern. It's just kind of like a man-made place. Maybe that's
Dungeon Master made this dungeon.
Maybe that's the true horror of this game. I don't like that you can never see the right walls, right? It's... Oh no! Well, if it's a cannibal bear, it only eats its own kind, right?
Right?
So...
Like, it's not gonna eat us.
We'll probably be okay. Can we speak to it? I don't... Okay, it's not letting me. We have no choice. Good job, ass.
Man, you're dodging.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Noticing a common thing with their RPGs is just overwhelming odds that you can only, like, grind through. But the expectation back then was you're gonna... You're gonna spend many hours in front of your FTS playing these games, leveling up, coming back to them. You're not gonna get the instant gratification you get nowadays.
No.
And you shouldn't expect it. But also, I kind of did expect to beat the first enemy in the game, but I guess that's on me. Matou Senki Deep Dungeon. You were killed by a cannibal bear.
It happens.
Good news. Hummingbird Soft made a second game for the dog label, becoming... I think the only company other than Square itself to release a second game under the label, so maybe this is the most successful company to date. And their second game was Yuki no Monsho, Deep Dungeon 2. Let's check out that box art.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good box art.
That is sick. Zoom in here.
I assume since this is a sequel, the original game must have sold pretty
Less
well.
clothing on him this time.
Yeah. Woo!
A very naked man there. Yeah, I know. Woo! That's what we all want here.
What does HP unfix mean? There's two versions of this translation. One of them says HP unfix. I'm gonna do that one. We're gonna unfix our HP. I hate having fixed HP.
Me too.
Let's break the shit out of it. Yeah, Tim Allen is here.
Yeah, Tim Allen's here. Sorry, did I tell you one of the reasons I'm getting into Gundam is because of these Tim Allen edits of Gundam stuff?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Alex has showed me his favorite Gundam edits featuring Tim Allen.
There's only 3 of them.
This one has an actual intro. Music is less shrill.
Okay, so HP unfix. Okay, the bug in Deep End Dungeon 2, the player and enemies can eat magical vegetable soup to recover HP. The player will also recover a random amount of HP when they eat one. The enemy will will recover full HP after eating one. However, examining the code suggests that that's a bug, and the enemies were also meant to only partially recover HP.
Oh, okay. So this is a translation, and it fixes a critical bug with the original. Nice. Damn, that's pretty convenient. Also, that sounds like it sucks. The enemies getting all their HP back every time.
I would hate that.
What's this? Oh, you bring over your character from the first game.
Oh.
Well, that kind of fucks me here, but
reset.
That's a neat feature. Okay.
Hey, vegetable soup is a real-life healing potion.
It does heal you up to full.
That mushroom soup we had the other day just healed me so much.
That was some good soup.
Yeah, we had really good chicken, rice, and mushroom soup that our roommate made. It was so fucking good. I want more. I'm just in a soup mood lately.
S!
S!
Let's pretend this is the heroic ass coming back from Deep Dungeon 1 to go on another adventure.
Yeah, I had a soup by H-E-B called Hearty Wrangler Soup. It's really good.
Hearty Wrangler?
Yeah, it's called Hearty Wrangler, and I've been eating it with, like, Texas toast. It's one of their soups in a line called The Taste of Texas.
When you're out there on the range, rustling them cattle,
you gotta eat soup.
You gotta have some soup that'll fill you up. I'm the wistful cowboy.
I'm not sure if it's a gay soup, but... Alright, defeat the revived demon and restore peace of the land. The spirit of your ancestors, the soldiers, grows dim. Now go!
Okay, I'm going. The town of Doral. And again, it just starts you right in towns. Let's go to buy a weapon.
Okay.
I would like a thin blade, please. Not much of an axe man myself. I want nothing.
I want nothing.
Some armor is probably a good idea. We're just gonna get killed by a cannibal bear again. I don't know why I'm getting my hopes up.
You gotta at least try, honey.
Oh, we can't afford a shield. It's probably fine.
I want nothing.
I want nothing.
You have no veggie soup, no white shrooms.
We gotta get some shrooms and soup. The loading times feel more... They're longer and more intense in this. Maybe it's loading more game. Wait, what? I went to the castle!
No, well, you gotta deal with the poison peas. Kill it! Stop it with your foot!
Shit, I went to the poison peed castle. You were supposed to go to the human castle.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Unfortunately, the enemy is too strong.
Alex, I didn't even take one step. I just pushed the button that said begin the game.
And you died immediately.
No, we're gonna do that again.
Yeah, no, we gotta try again.
I gotta at least try.
For your honor.
Jesus Christ. Gamers were built different back then. You just died at the first enemy and you were expected to like it. Okay. Alright, how about we buy the axe, right? So we get a shield and an armor. I'm set. Wait, we still can't afford both. Wait, no, 80 plus 60 is 140.
Yeah, you're good.
I can do math.
No, don't worry about it. You don't need math to be a gamer.
I was about to get pissed off. I was gonna become the angry, pissed off gamer.
I want nothing.
I want for nothing. How about the temple? Let's offer a prayer. Ooh. The theme of prayer.
Beautiful. You brought calamity to the demons.
That's good. Okay. Let's go to the castle and hopefully we don't get attacked frame 1 this time.
Did you equip your gear?
It doesn't auto-equip.
I mean...
Oh my god, you're right. didn't move. I was in the middle of equipping my shit. Can we equip it now?
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm still putting on my clothes. I'm being attacked by bees. Come on, jeez. Struggling to fit my legs into the freaking pant legs. And this thing is just stinging me on the
like,
ass.
Hold on!
Okay, I'm ready. God.
That was fast.
Wow, 1 experience. Thank you. No, that's where we came from, I guess.
Yeah, it's like when you can randomly encounter enemies in Xenogears when you're rotating the camera.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, we're finally in the dungeon.
Ah! What the fuck is that?
At least I got my clothes on this time. I don't think I'm built for these games. I mean, I love Etrian Odyssey.
Oh, God. That was...
Don't get me wrong, I do love Etrian Odyssey, but this... this is a little bit too brutal for me. It did more than my max HP in 1 damage turn. That's so fucked. Hummingbird Soft, you enjoyed grinding your players into a thin paste, and I admire you for that. I don't think the Deep Dungeon series is for me, though.
No.
Maybe not. Huh. Well, we've covered 7 of the 8 developers enrolled in the DOG program. I haven't seen much of interest so far. So far, the best game is 3D World Runner, like, by far, and that was Square themselves. We got one last game, though, from one last developer. Micro Cabin. The tiniest cabin possible.
So baby.
Produces a game called Aku Senki Raijin. Show me that box.
Ooh, it's a mech.
It's a mech game. You are the Raijin, I assume. At this point, I think they weren't even giving like full covers with games. This was released at a time when the FDS was on its way out. That is less than a year after it launched. Just for reference, the first DOG system game was released in December of '86, and they would quit the program by July of '87. So it didn't even last a year, the whole Disk Original Group program. But Microcabin here is here to turn things around with Aku Senki Raijin. Senki Raijin. So let's see what that's about.
Okay.
This will be the one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, not that one. This one. There we go. Yeah, that's Disk Original Group, Square's publishing label that they had a bunch of their indie developer friends develop games for. It didn't go well. No. I think I can say that by this point. We're at the final game, and unless this is like Super Mario 3 quality, I don't think we can call DOG a success. Yeah, let me guess. A strategy RPG, dungeon crawler, some kind of hide-like.
It's gonna be, Sokoban, finally. I want Sokoban with a mech.
That would be cool. That would also be a real switch to have a Sokoban game not made by Thinking Rabbit. Actually, it's a combat action game.
Oh, I was wrong.
You were way off.
I was totally off. Sokoban at all.
So I really appreciate Square reaching out to their buddies who are struggling with microcomputer development, or rather just, I don't think PC-88 was microcomputers, just computer. But these games that they brought out for the FDS, not only were they not great, but the timing was about as bad as you can possibly get. Because again, at this point they were making cartridges that could do everything an FDS game could do, and more. So kind of a shame that they went all in on this thing that would go just... It didn't even go bust, it was just like, it had no reason to exist by this point.
Yeah.
But they tried, and they tried to uplift others, so I really wanted to see them do it. This is the final voyage of our buddy Ass.
Good luck, Ass.
This is the one, man. This is the game. Oh, is that the menu sound from FF1? It sounded a lot like it, yeah. It was cheaper to manufacture than carts, especially at a time when ROM chips were more expensive, but by the time they figured out the onboard memory mappers, ROM chips' price had decreased to the point where it just made sense to do that. Alright, here we are. We're Raijin. Look at this blobby little guy.
Oh, he's cute! Aww, I like this.
We got a gun, we got some missiles. And you may be a little confused about this game at first because you're stuck on this one screen. It seems like there's nothing you can do here. So that's when you need to hit select, and it turns into a freaking shoot 'em up.
Oh, so it's multiple types of combat action.
It is. And from this point on, you can hit select again, and when it says land down there, you'll land at the next convenient opportunity, which is this screen here. So this is a combination of flying and also ground-based action, where you need to fly to different locations and then like do different missions on the ground. It's sort of like a really simplified Guardian Legend, if you've ever played that. So, cool ideas at least. Can't really speak to how it plays or whether it's any good at all, but the bones of a good game are here. And I do love bones.
Much like a dog!
Yeah, like a dog, see? Yeah, it all comes back full circle. Love to have that full circle stream conclusion. Feels good. Hey! What? You're just gonna... Okay, that's all of them. And from here, I'm pretty sure you can just... Yeah, if you're at the edge of a screen, you can transport yourself from there. So this is cool.
It's interesting, yeah.
I can't think of another Famicom game that does it exactly like this. Again, Guardian Legend was sort of like this, but the shooting and land-based action parts were more delineated. This just has it all back and forth. You gotta do both. I think out of any game we played tonight, this may be one that's worth looking into. Again, can't really say if this is a classic or anything in terms of gameplay, but the structure is here, and they got good ideas. Can I even get this? Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
You can scroll the screen a la Zelda. You know, that game.
I've heard of it. It's with that guy in green dress.
You just know that all these developers were seeing dollar signs because they were like, oh my god, everyone's playing Legend of Zelda, we gotta get on this FDS. And then internally, Nintendo was like, no, we're trashing the FDS, we're just not gonna tell anyone.
Fuck this.
Damn it, I thought this was Crystal Soft's one big opportunity. I thought this was the thing that would put Hummingbird Soft on the map.
Sorry, Crystal Soft.
Sorry, Thinking Rabbit. Hope you didn't think too much about it.
Yes, and I'm a sad rabbit.
The Thinking Sad Rabbit. They gave this rabbit the gift of thought, and with that, it became depressed. I kind of like this. This might be a good game. It's no Toby Daxin, but... Oh, you open up doors and shit. Wow, alright. Now you're talking.
Seems hard to avoid damage, yeah, actually.
Yeah, you do tend to soak up a lot of damage. Maybe if you're good at the game, that becomes less of a problem. Is there a thing over here? No.
So then why did it open up?
Maybe
what does it matter?
Maybe it was just for fun. This is an exploration-based game, apparently, a lot like Zelda. The route you have to go isn't immediately obvious, and these maps are huge. You gotta transport yourself between these distinct areas, and you just gotta play the game to find out which ones are actually important. Door opening action! Back in the day, opening a door was like the most exciting thing you could do in a video game, until Mario learned how to jump. A prototype of Mario just had him opening doors.
So is Hotel Mario just like old Mario?
Oh my god, you're right! That's like Mario Origins. There's something here. There's a quality here. Other games... yeah. A Genesis Qua.
A Genesis Qua, indeed.
I'd say check this one out.
Okay.
Check this one out. Also check out 3D World Runner. The Deep Dungeon games were apparently successful enough to make multiples of them, so if you're into that, Granted, the idea of getting stomped by the first enemy you encounter before you even put on your clothes outside the castle. That actually is pretty funny. I'm glad they did that.
I like that you were just like putting on your clothes during the battle.
Yeah. Come on, you guys. Oh shit. Yeah, don't do that. Alright, I think I've gotten about all I can get out of Raijin.
Okay.
And there you go. That is Squaresoft's, or rather back then, Square's Disk Original Group. 11 unforgettable games released for the Famicom Disk System under the purview of Square. And wouldn't you know it, this put them under an extreme amount of financial stress. Developing, or rather not developing, but publishing and marketing all these games that pretty much hit the market with a thud and didn't make any impact. Basically none of them were successful, and Square had to foot the bill for all of it. They were a company that had some pretty good projects in the pipeline, but like so many others, they could have just run out of money, and it could have ended there for them. But this story isn't complete with the FDS, is it?
Mm-mm.
We got some time here, so let's cover Square's Famicom games. That is, their cartridge games. Let's see if they could turn this around and make something of themselves. Who knows? Something they might have had something that really turned it around and turned them into a worldwide name. I don't know though. I'm gonna pretend like I don't.
You don't know anything.
So let's roll it back.
Okay.
Back to 1986. The first Famicom game Square ever made was a port of a game called Dexter. Yeah, sounds unlikely. They died like a dog. This one also comes from computers. Developed by a company called Game Arts, which did Sylphied back then. And Sega CD fans know them as the developer of the Lunar series.
Oh, okay.
We love Game Arts.
We like Game
We
Arts
love
in
those
this
guys.
household.
So let's see what Dexter looks like on the Famicom. So in this game, you're a transforming robot,
You're a little guy.
as was the style at the time. There were so many early Famicom games that had you controlling a transforming robot. And you can either be a ship, or you can be a guy, and you go around shooting stuff.
Sounds like a video game. Going around shooting stuff. That's what
Classic,
it's all about.
classic video game.
Mm-hmm.
Going around shooting stuff. I expected games where you go around, or games where you shoot stuff, but both? I don't know. Could work. Now, the thing I notice about this game is just how insane the controls are. Like, to turn back into a robot, you have to push down and then up, or up and then down. And that, you can do that at any point while you're the plane. So you can just be traveling around like this, and then if you hit the wrong directions, you turn into the robot. It's really unintuitive, and I have no idea why they handle it that way, but that's what they did. Makes it kind of frustrating to play, actually. Like, on the ground, all you gotta do is push down. And then as long as you don't hit down and then up, and then, or up and then down, you're fine, but... God, it's so weird. Anyway, on PC, you had this homing attack, which was a laser. On here, it's just bullets, because the Famicom could only render bullets, I suppose.
This game is way better on the PC-88, I bet.
Yeah, if you're gonna play Dexter, you definitely want to play it on a PC of some sort. This is not the version
Yeah,
to
sorry
play.
for keeping the audio muted, but maybe I was doing you guys a favor.
Oh yeah, enjoy this audio. Here's what you were missing out on. Bada-boo, bada-boo. This also has generation-based damage, so every time an enemy overlaps your sprite, it just drains the shit out of your health.
That's no good.
Also, I want to say this game has like 99 levels or something. It's like insanely long. So at least there's a lot of it. What do you think? Should they have given the US this instead of Mystery Quest?
Yes, actually. I think this would have done better than Mystery Quest. I think the gamers would have been like, wow, this isn't a pile of diarrhea dog shit.
Unlike with Mystery Quest.
Yeah, where they were like,
I smell diarrhea dog shit,
I smell from a mile away.
and that's not good. Come on, dude.
Gamers
Fucking...
infamously hate diarrhea dog shit.
Also, I have no control over where my shots go. Again, everything is homing in this game, so It's fine if the enemy's right in front of you, but if you have a bunch of different targets, you're not going to hit the one you want. Oh, this is so crusty. I promised y'all crusty gaming tonight. Fuck, come on! Please! The crust! Did I do it? Did I beat level 1 of Thexter? I did it!
You did! You
I beat
the
level 1 of Thexter! I am the god gamer. Alright, 98 levels to go. There should have been an FDS port of Krusty's Funhouse. That would have been the ultimate crust game. Fuck! We're good.
You're fine.
For whatever reason, they remade this game for the PSP. I remember that being actually available for purchase when you could actually buy PSP games online. And it was digital only, too.
Of course, of course.
It's one of the many mysterious things that were locked to the PSP. It's time to remake Thexter. It's like 2005 or whatever.
Remake Thexter, but make him sexual.
That's what they did, yeah. They
Give
made
him,
it so you
like-
could play strip rock, paper, scissors with him.
Okay, and he would like slowly strip off his body parts until he's like only a skull left.
Look, he's naked. That's Thexter.
Our commentary's great today.
I don't much like Thexter. Maybe maybe you like Thexter. I'm not one of the Thexter likers. I should probably play it on PC-88 sometime.
You should.
But what if Square made an original game? An original game featuring, you know, magical fantasy elements? That sounds like it might work for them, right?
Yeah.
So in 1986, they released a Famicom game called King's Knight.
Finally, some fantasy. I like the dragon, obviously.
This Japanese version actually has a better title screen than the US one. It's got some nice animated characters. Oh, don't spoil this. No gameplay spoilers, please. Alright, here we go. King's Knight. Who's played this? And if you've played this, tell me all the nice things you can say about King's Knight.
Everybody, get your honeyed words out for King's Knight.
Honeyed words only tonight. We're accepting no criticism, thank you. This is kind of a weird one. It's an auto-scrolling action RPG, supposedly, but it's really more of a shmup the way it plays out. There's all this destructible environment that you can get power-ups from, including power downs. Don't collect the down arrows, those just hurt you. I got an egg.
Good egg.
And something you may not know if you've never played this game before is if you push to the left or to the right towards an environmental obstacle, you'll actually jump on top of it.
Oh,
Fuck!
I actually didn't know that.
I'm dead! Knight Rayjack is dead!
Knight Rayjack?
That's okay, we still have the wizard.
Okay, Wizard's doing good. So strong, very wizard-like.
So some neat things about this, you got 4 different playable characters. They all have unique stages that they go through. Supposedly they all have different powers as well, but to me it just looks like they're shooting up the screen. To my uninformed eye. Whoa, cool! Never mind, this game's awesome.
You're in the Bubble Bath Babes level.
When's our Panesian showcase gonna be? When are we gonna cover those NES porno games?
Can we even do that?
I don't think we can. Even 8-bit nudity they don't like here on Twitch. Gotta cover Bubble Bath Babes. We gotta cover Honey Peach.
Gotta cover, Super Naked Boy 12.
We're not doing ROM hacks, okay?
I see. So we can't do Super Naked Brothers, but...
That's low-hanging fruit, Alex.
Oh, okay.
We gotta go for the professionally published nudity, thank you.
Like Mermaids of Atlantis?
Yeah, exactly. Mermaids of Atlantis is, by the way, the sanitized version of Bubble Bath Babes. This is all history I'd love to teach you, but Twitch, you know, they're all like, no Bubble Bath Babes. And I'm like, but I want to play Bubble Bath Babes. I'd rather play Bubble Bath Babes than this. Not a very well-regarded game. I don't think there's anyone out there who will tell you a good thing about King's Knight. Just to give you some perspective on this, there's this other streamer I follow by the name of Kyrick. She shows up in chat here sometimes. And she made it her mission to play all the bullshit NES games that she played years ago and try to beat them. And she got a deathless clear in Karate Kid.
Holy shit.
And then she was like, okay, I'm going to beat Fester's Quest. And she did a deathless run of Fester's Quest and actually set a speedrun time for it. And then she was like, okay, I'm going to do King's Knight next. And then she messaged me the next day and was like, Danny, King's Knight is bullshit. I'm not going to play it anymore. It's like, okay, that makes sense.
That's fair.
So even if you can stomach stuff like Fester's Quest, you're probably not going to find much to like in King's Knight. Is this guy going to die?
No.
Did they program him to die? I know this is one of those games where you gotta find certain power-ups, otherwise you can't do things. A mystery quest-like, in other words. I don't think you can beat this guy. I'm gonna leave. Oh, okay, I'll just die.
You just died.
The wizard Khalifa is dead. But that's okay, because we got this guy.
I love the guy. I love the little dragon guy.
Look at that little dragon dance he's doing.
Oh, I love it so much.
Alright, so I'm going to reveal the big twist of King's Knight. If you don't want King's Knight spoiled, cover your ears for the next minute or so.
Okay, I'm not listening.
So, after you clear at least one of these characters' level, like the rest can die as long as you clear one, you go to the final level. And then, and only then, at the end of the final level, if you get all the way there with fewer than 4 characters, the horrible secret of King's Knight is revealed. You need to finish the game with all 4 characters alive, because they all have different abilities that you need to progress through the final level.
Fuck!
Every single one of them. If one of them dies, if Monster Barusa dies, you're screwed. It lets you keep going. It lets you pretend like you can beat the game. But actually, no, you have no chance of finishing the game at that point.
Boo!
You gotta do a perfect run with all 4 characters. You gotta find all 4 of their hidden magic that they need to beat the last level. And that's how you beat the game. And to me, that sounds impossible, because having played King's Knight, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get good at this enough to clear all 4 levels in order to get the true ending. So, this is a game with cool things about it, and it's something that Square loves for some reason. People mentioned earlier that there's like an extended reference to King's Knight in Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, there's like a game.
Yeah. It was like a mobile game, I think, that was in the style of King's Knight, but with FF15 characters. I gotta see that. Gotta put my boy Gladiolus, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Gladiator.
Gladiator Man.
Yeah.
Oh, well. The kid thief Toby is dead.
Rip Toby.
And with that, we have no party to beat the game with. That's King's Knight. If you want to play it, you can do that. That is a thing you can do. Oh, change the system name to Famicom.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so 85 had Texter. 86 had King's Knight. Could 87 really go all that better for Square? 87, again, is when they released the majority of their Disk Original Group games. So it was just like critical failure after critical failure. Not just critical, but commercial failure as well. They kept pumping out these games, making no money back, getting no increase in profile for their buddies in indie development. Basically, a complete failure. But there was one game in 1987 that turned things around for Square. It was one single game that leveraged their programmer of Toby Daxin, Nasir. He wanted to make another game for them.
Okay.
And they were like, okay, things can't be going worse for us, so why not? Let's do it. And the one famous game that turned things around for Square was, of course, this game. Highway Star. Yeah.
Yeah, Highway Star, folks.
What'd you think it was? It was Highway Star.
It's always been Highway Star.
This released early in 87. It was a huge seller. I think it sold over 1 million copies. People couldn't get enough of Highway Star. Then they released it here in the States as Rad Racer, being published by Nintendo, and it sold even more. Made a huge amount of revenue for Square, and essentially single-handedly let them continue up until the end of 87. Now, I had Rad Racer as a kid, and something that really confused me is this logo here. You see the select icon here?
Yeah.
As a kid, I was like, what is this? Is this like a guitar pick or something? But no, it's the initials of the Japanese version, Highway Star.
Oh, HS.
Yeah, see? All right, we're gonna be this. We're gonna be the car. You can also be an F1 car. It performs identically. It's just like a sprite swap. So Nasir, I think it's safe to say at this point, big Sega fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
After pretty much ripping off Space Harrier, he proceeded to totally rip off Outrun with this. I don't think I'm stretching it too far to say that this is an Outrun ripoff, considering that it starts on a beach setting.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
It has 3 different music tracks you can choose from. There's a car, you drive forward. What more do I need to say? All right, here we go. Now, chat, which is your favorite song in Rad Racer? This is song 1.
This is a classic.
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
This is the Stinko Man music, that's true.
I swapped to song 2. You switch songs by pushing down on the controller, so it's easy to do accidentally. This one has more of a summery feel to it.
It does. Hey, I like this.
This is beach music.
You sure are outrunning your opponents.
Hey, that's legally copyrighted, all right?
Okay.
We can't go singing shit like that. This game's neat. There's not much I can say about it other than the fact that I like it, and it's very well made. You can engage turbo if you're going over 100 miles per hour by pushing up on the controller. I always liked doing that as a kid, just like really pushing the freaking... really pushing the freaking speed. I'm fine.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we've heard enough of song 1 and 2. It's time for the best song in the game. If you've said song 3 is the best song in Rad Racer, congratulations, you're correct.
Okay.
It's more of a personal opinion thing. I shouldn't be saying you're correct, but
No,
you're
judge
correct.
people. You should be very judgmental.
The song's fucking awesome. God, I love Rad Racer. And apparently a lot of people did, considering just how big of a seller it was, both here in the States and in Japan. A lot of people will say that there was a certain other Square game that was released in '87 that really turned things around for them, and to be sure, that was a big seller, but this came first, and it gave them the funds that they needed to just continue existing up until the release of that second game.
Shout out to Nasir, man.
He did it all for him. He deserves more credit for saving Square, not just with that one game, but with this game. I love Rad Racer, man. It was in the Nintendo World Championships. They made you play through Rad Racer before you went to Tetris. Whew, barely made that one. Look, I was driving all night.
You're driving really fast.
How far would you go if you drove 200 kilometers an hour for enough time for it to the sun to set and then rise again?
1 million.
1 million miles?
Yeah.
Okay. You'd be halfway through the Pacific Ocean if you started from Texas. Let's see if we can beat the first course. It's been a good long time since I played old Rad Racer. Not much reason to play it nowadays, but I still like it a lot. Oh, we got 10 seconds left. I'm so close to the goal. Can we do it? Get the fuck out of the way! We did it.
That was close.
And as a reward, you go to San Francisco.
Ooh.
And this song, I think, is really appropriate for the nighttime levels. You're cruising down the highway at night. You got your sunglasses on for some reason, even though it's nighttime. And you're listening to this music. Fuck. And then you just die. That's the life of a Rad Racer, man. You ever play this one?
Yeah, I played this a couple times.
It's good, right?
I was like, yes, it's a good racing game. It's for the NES. I like this. But I had no clue that it was such a a doorbuster seller for Square Enix. Square, I should say.
It really was a doorbuster. If such a phrase existed back then. Can I make it?
Busting down the doors for Rad Racer.
I'm gonna run out of time. No! Go, 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 go! Come on! I really like the way the game does this, where it rolls you to a stop. No! I was right there!
Oh, you were right there!
Come on! That's Rad Racer, and that's why I love Rad Racer. It's good. So, Square Enix, or rather Square, had a couple more games in '87, including the return of a game that we know and love. Let's play JJ. Well, Alex?
Danny?
This is
JJ!
This is JJ merged with Highway Star.
Okay.
What have we done? We've made some kind of horrific mutant. Help!
Normal Retro Pals moment.
Okay, no, we're good.
Okay.
This is JJ, Toby Daxin Part 2. Did you know there was a 2?
I did not know.
And it's called JJ in remembrance of your player character from the first game, Jumpin' Jack.
Oh, Jumpin' Jack.
So like many developers of Famicom Disk System games, when Square saw the writing on the wall, they were like, fuck, we made some good stuff, we gotta put that on cartridge, so it's a format that people actually buy and play. And this is what they did with 3D World Runner. This one was not released in the States. This is a Japan-exclusive sequel.
Ooh.
Yeah, looking a little familiar here. It's different, though.
Sure is.
For one thing, you can't control your speed. I'm not sure if that's just for the first level, because I've never played much of this, but in 3D World Runner, you could go fast or go slow or go normal, but here you're always going as fast as possible. It makes the game feel really frantic. You still do that thing where you collect items to power up your character. Oh, there's flame pillars. Don't run into those.
Okay.
That'll kill you. That's the that's the mushroom equivalent in this game. It's just so fast, I can barely keep up.
Yeah, no, it's really fast. It's
No,
breakneck.
I can't hang with this game. I could beat 3D World Runner. I don't know if I could beat this. Fucking
Yeah, Jumpin' Jack does look like Solid Snake in this one.
And yeah, he's less of an appealing character. He has like army fatigues or something instead of just being a weird guy in a jumpsuit.
I miss the weird guy.
Does he smoke is the question. Okay,
Yeah.
kinda. He kinda still smokes. I'm glad they kept that at least. Oh, the eyeballs keep wiggling when you pause.
Oh, I don't like that.
Ooh. Is there anyone in chat who is able to play this and has gotten any meaningful progress in this game? And can you tell me if this is a good game or not? It's something I've always been curious about because I do like 3D World Runner. It just brutalizes you from frame one.
Well, Jordan's made it to the second level of this game.
Holy shit, nice.
Single play also has. Okay.
And if you know, does it ever slow down? Or do you always just go on fast mode? There's nothing you can do about it. Because that's the thing I like about it the least, I think. I liked having some degree of control over your speed. They don't do that no more.
Alright, you're always fast in this game. Okay.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, then I guess I don't like this as much as 3D World Runner, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's still cool. It's still graphically impressive. And it's nice that they put this in a format that people actually bought for, instead of being a Famicom Disk System exclusive. But it's also less whimsical. It feels more serious in tone. First game was goofy.
Bonk.
I like the goofy games.
Where's the goof?
Yeah, the Pac-Man Plus of 3D World Runner is a good way of putting that. Just a completely unnecessary sidestep as opposed to a huge, fully fledged sequel. Oh yeah, you did have to jump on top of the pillars in the first game. Man, the first game was cool. I don't care. Ugh. Maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the time when I actually finish it.
Yeah, this is the run.
Deathless run from here.
Alright, nothing but net.
Nothing but net.
pretty sure kids don't say that anymore.
What do kids say now instead of nothing but net?
Nothing but skibbity.
Alex.
Listen, I deserve...
Can we get an answer from chat on that?
Yeah, can we get a real human
What is-
being's answer?
What is the Zoomer equivalent of nothing but net? It would be like Victory Royale or something.
It's the Yippee-ki-yay, I'm going through it, exactly.
Yeah, there you go. They say duh, Gucci. You know,
You're never living that down.
there's a lot of stupid shit that I've said that I wish people would let me live down, but honestly, I don't deserve to live that down. That is one of the greatest things I've ever said. Why don't kids say duh, Gucci?
Why do kids go, duh, Gucci?
Shit. I can't do it. This game, you can't play it. You cannot play and enjoy JJ Part 2. Toby Dasi Daxin Part 2. I want to. I want this to be good, but it is not to be. Alright, Square closed out 1987 with one last game. Again, things were looking pretty dicey for them up until the release of Rad Racer, aka Highway Star. And I really would have wondered what would have happened to the company if not for Highway Star. Like, if that hadn't been released, would they have even survived to the end of 87 to see the release of this game? Who knows? Who knows? Alternate gaming history. Let's explore it sometime. Let's just do like some LARPing, except for what might have happened in the game industry.
Okay.
Let's not do that. That sounds extremely boring.
That sounds boring, yeah.
Anyway, Square survived long enough to release one final game at the end of 87, and it's this one. Also, sorry to Random Stranger for stealing your shtick. He was the one who originally did yeah, there was one game that saved Square, and it was Highway Star. I had to, right? Like, first of all, it's true. And second of all, it's kind of funny, because, you know, the common wisdom is, oh, it's called Final Fantasy. They thought they would die, but they had one final game in them. When in reality, they just wanted a game title that was alliterative, a la Dungeons & Dragons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alright, Alex. We're gonna make a team featuring a black belt named Ass.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, you have to enter 4 characters. Another black belt named Butt.
But, okay.
How about another black belt
Okay.
named
Arse.
Oh, good call. Going British with it.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say, you know, another black belt by the name of
Turd.
Bum. There you go.
Thank you, that's much better.
With the assist.
Thank you! Woo.
Likes to the swish motion.
Thanks. This is Duke Donuts gimmick infringement, I mean.
You gotta go with Ass. It's a classic. Alright, now who's played this game? Who has played the Final Fantasy?
I have.
I did not play this when it was new. As an NES kid, I had Dragon Warrior instead. I love Dragon Warrior.
That game rocks.
Then when I got a Super Nintendo, I got a game called Final Fantasy II, and I was like, oh my fucking god. If you don't know, Final Fantasy IV was like light years ahead of complexity compared to Dragon Quest I, which is what I'd been used to.
Man, no wonder you like the game going straight from Dragon Quest 1 to Final Fantasy 4.
Yeah, in Japan it was more gradual. You had Dragon Quest 1 through 4, Final Fantasy 1 through 3, and here it was just like being smacked in the face, going from Dragon Quest 1 to Final Fantasy 4. Can the black belts use armor? I don't think they do. Actually, do they even use weapons? I think they're like better off with their fists, right?
I think so.
And the neat thing about FF1 is, in fact, you can build your party just like that from the beginning, and you can be a complete blockhead like I was too. If you want 4 black belts, sure. If you want 4 white mages, and you want the game to be impossible, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Nunchucks until level 8. That's right, they do use nunchucks. All right, let's equip them.
They're black belts.
We got some spare money, since we're just black belts. And yeah, because of the way you can compose your parties, you can actually save a lot of money. Because, like, you know, for other characters, you gotta buy weapons and armor. For the spellcasters, you need to buy magic individually. But with these 4 characters, ass, arse, bum, and butt, all they need are some nunchucks. Actually, can we go beat Garland with this equipment? Like, without even leveling up? I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
We're gonna do this.
Alright, end game starts now.
Yeah, let's try and do a level 1 black belt Garland challenge, starting right now. Let's do it. I only played this after Final Fantasy IV, and at the time I didn't really appreciate it because it was so backwards.
Yeah,
you know, they had 2 sequels in Japan we didn't get, so I didn't know that at the time. But it was only like many years later that I realized I didn't equip my nunchucks.
Oh, you're fucked.
It was only many years later that I realized, actually, this is pretty cool. The way that you can compose your own party, and there's different strategies for each individual playthrough and character combination. This game's actually really cool.
Oh, honey, these imps are kicking your ass.
They're kicking my butt arse bum as well. We're just gonna run, and then we're gonna equip our things. Well, you know, at least you can actually equip your stuff out of combat in this game. Instead of getting ambushed.
Can't run.
Come on. Come on. But! Alright, bum. Bum, come on.
Come on, bum.
Pull us out of this.
Bum! Ass can't run.
This is a pathetic showing.
It's very not
This
good,
is so
honey.
sad.
Bum can't run.
And I didn't even set the text speed to maximum, so it's just kind of dragging out. Oh, this is awesome.
Close call.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Alright, equip the equipment.
Running's bugged in this game? How so? I've heard about the other bugs. There's a lot of them. Something like magic defense doesn't work at all in this game. There's a lot of stuff that's fucked up in this, but to its credit, this is a really complex video game for the time. I'm gonna go back to the end.
Time to take a nap.
You guys, I got beat up by imps. Did you forget to put on your nunchucks? Yeah.
Yes. If you leave your game, we'll reset.
Okay, here we go. We're ready now. I wasn't really interested in the Pixel remasters until they released the PS4 compilation, and that has trophies.
Does
And
it?
it has like a platinum trophy for every game in it. And I'm like, man, I do kind of want to play through some of those. Maybe if someone got that for me for Christmas.
Well, we'll just have to see.
18 damage, there we go.
There you go. That's what you like to see.
Now we're doing this.
Ineffective.
Oh, right, I had him attack an enemy that doesn't exist anymore. The game's not smart enough to retarget your attacks.
Aw.
Oh, FF1 is brutal.
Good moves. Monsters perish. We'd love to hear it.
We got 4 experience points. Wonderful. I also just like that this game is a direct result of the risks that they took with Dog. Like, Dog for sure almost led them to bankruptcy, no question about it. But Dog was also where they got in contact with Nasir, who programmed this game, and where they got in contact with Nobuo Uematsu, who also composed this game.
Rip Dog.
So maybe,
And Wolf.
maybe actually, 3D World Runner is Square's biggest hit.
Okay.
Maybe Final Fantasy should get a little less attention nowadays. Maybe people should be 3D World Runner super fans. What do you think of that?
I agree.
Check out my YouTube video.
No. How long is your video essay?
20 hours.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that was the first dog-like thing we've seen all stream, even
Yeah.
though we've seen a bunch of purported dog games. This might level us up.
Okay.
If we could be level 2 before we fight Garland, that would be ideal. May I level up? Nope. Alright, we're going in level 1. We don't got time to level up. This is a limited time stream. No one touches my princess. Light warriors. You impertinent fools. My Garland will knock you all down. I'm always saying this.
Constantly. Alright, you got this, honey. You're good.
I look at a box of chicken nuggets and I'm like, I, Garland, will knock you all down.
That's me with, okay, so it was on sale 2 weeks in a row, so I've had it, like, I have, like, another box of it, but there's this gluten-free Texas toast that is really good. It's so good, and Oof. I've been demolishing it. Oh my god, Danny.
That's the end of ass.
That's okay.
I don't know, we're doing pretty good damage. We might actually do this.
Still got butt, arse, and bum.
No, don't miss! Ooh, my butt.
7.
Oh, come on, you gotta do better damage than that. My ass has been slain.
11, okay.
This might be a close one. No, not butt!
Butt and ass, done.
That was the worst person you could have attacked. Oh, quit missing! Arse with a big hit. Oh, man. He's got like 50 HP, right? We might be able to do this. Oh, come on. We gotta be so close.
Ooh.
Oh! Yeah, let's go!
Holy shit!
Arse! With the critical hit. I'll never make fun of Arse ever again.
Okay.
In fact, I'm gonna say Arse instead of ass from now on.
Thank you, honey.
As a tribute. Let's hear it for Arse.
Arse, arse, arse.
Yeah, we got the Brit crit. Well, 2 of our black belts unfortunately died, but Arse and Bum, they lived to see the next day. That's just how it is in Final Fantasy. Oh, I really should have turned the message speed up. Alright, we've saved the bats. Go, fly free! Oh, there's a princess here too.
Yeah, with Light Warriors. You like us?
Thank you.
Make the orb shine again, baby!
Will do. Service Cane, thank you for the 50 bits.
If they don't catch you, it's public domain.
It's very true. They were afraid of being caught, though. There was one enemy in this game that they had to change for the US release. They straight up had a beholder in the original Japanese one.
Ah.
They just changed it into a generic eye. And from here, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the thing. Oh, it's called Final Fantasy!
Ah!
That's what the game's called. And so their journey begins. Well, that was pretty good. It was alright, but in the end, Square ended up building their legacy off of Highway Star. Last year, they released Highway Star 16 for the PlayStation 5. And, no, I only wish.
Sorry, honey. Thank you, Carmen, for the 50 Asses of Light bits.
Thank you, Warriors of
Start
Ass.
your journey!
The Ass Warriors of Light. Bless them all. Alright, so Square's doing okay at this point. Original Final Fantasy sold a few hundreds of thousand copies in Japan. The first one was actually a bigger success in the US, believe it or not, because Nintendo had that marketing push over here. But, yeah, essentially they had enough money to continue operations into 1988. So let's check out what they had in 1988.
Alright. What do they got for us, Danny?
Alex, it's time for Deep Dungeon 3. And immediately they go right back on their bullshit. The journey to become a hero. Still partnering with Hummingbird Soft, but no longer on Disk System and no longer under the dog label.
Yeah, you're getting banned.
Mmm, delicious land batter.
That sounds good, actually.
Yeah, some battered land.
Ugh. I need some battered pickles, like stat.
Give me like a big chunk of dirt, just deep fried.
Okay, but imagine if it's some of that good dirt. You know what I mean? The edible dirt.
The kind you buy in bags.
Yeah, the edible dirt, like
The kind they sell at Lowe's.
Yeah, the kind you can eat.
Yeah, the kind with nutrients.
And eaten dirt.
Uh-oh, what happened there? It's swarming with...
Don't worry about it. The monsters are fine.
All right, I'll defeat the monsters.
Announce the traveling swordsman.
Cool. All right, let's do it. Oh, you can't carry over your character from Disk System, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah,
that would be a
sucks.
little bit too much work. Well, it's time
How
to
are you
bring
gonna
back...
go with Z's to try to be cool?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Ha
You can just not have a profession. We'll be a priest. Ask the priest. Is there a second character? We'll be regular ass. Hunter. Oh, we got multiple characters.
More ass.
Ass, and more ass.
Good lord, how many characters do you have?
This one's just a lowercase.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Begin that adventure, please.
What can I do for you at the inn, honey?
Go outside.
Don't overwork yourself.
Uh-oh. Did I skip out on the equipment? Hang on. No, let me in. No, there's no... Well, I hope the weapon shop is around here somewhere.
My information is certainly useful. Won't you pay to hear it?
I will give you 1 gold, kind sir.
Some others have set off on a journey. You should listen to them if you meet them.
That's what you get for 1 gold. I guess that makes sense. So just like with JJ, they wanted to take one of their more popular dog series and put it on cartridge format so people would actually play it. Good move, I think.
No, let's kick their door in.
So I guess just like the first 2 games, you by default try to kick their door in and burst in, but people actually live here, so they don't like that. I don't want to learn magic. I want to bonk enemies with a sword. Can I just like bonk enemies with a giant hammer, like in Monster Hunter? I'm good at that.
I need a redeem where I get bonked with a giant hammer.
Yeah?
Yeah, just bonk. Because I know sometimes people probably want to bonk me with a giant hammer, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
I am pretty bonkable.
Yeah,
Thank
there you go. See?
That's the problem with going bald, is that your head looks very bonkable, and people from all over will just start bonking you with hammers.
Can I just bonk you with a hammer?
They're just
like
like,
one of them-
oh, it looks so bonkable. Look
One of
at
those
that.
giant medieval hammers?
I'm getting bonked all over the place. I should change.
Yeah, see? Isn't it satisfying?
It's very satisfying to get bonked. Oh my gosh. Bonk's adventure.
Put on the axe. Oh, different classes can't equip certain weapons. Well, they made this more complex by having multiple party members and different classes and things. As for whether that means we'll survive even a single encounter, let's find out. If I can even get to the encounters. Broke the door to get in. Do you got like an auto map?
No.
Yeah, what am I thinking? I'm crazy. They wouldn't invent auto maps until 1995. Don't research that, I'm probably right.
Alright.
Alright, here we are.
Slime, you got this.
A mere slime, we got this. We fought cannibal bears. This is nothing to us. This is slime to us. Bam! 1 hit.
Boom.
Excellent.
You are-
Okay, this game is playable, unlike the first 2.
You are a god gamer.
An incredible innovation in gameplay they made by making this one actually playable beyond the first character you fight. So, good job, Square. Good job, Hummingbird Soft. Not bad for a bunch of hummingbirds.
Oh,
Rat!
yeah, and a dog.
And a dog!
They're
Uh-oh.
friends. They're best friends.
Oh, there's 3 rats.
Yeah, buddy.
We may not survive this one. It's not looking good for the ass party. 13? Rat just one-shot Az! And the other Az. Wait, all 4 of them died!
They died!
Jesus. That's Deep Dungeon 3. Huh. Well, made more progress than I did in Deep Dungeon 1 and 2. Dog wins. Dog and rat singing duet. Friends forever. Well, also, another game that came out in 1988. A game by the name of Hanjuku Hero. This one, sorry to say, I know almost nothing about. I'm going to be dog shit at this game if we even get to the gameplay. But let's see what we can do. We got 3 different scenarios here. Let's do this one. Yeah, unfortunately, this one isn't fan translated. Does anyone? I'm now sourcing the crowd for any sort of context or information about this game. If you know Hanjuku Hero,
please tell us.
Now's your time to shine. That's me. Oh, we sent out a little guy. Let's send out Venus. Venus, you go over here. Go to this castle. Is this like some kind of RTS?
That's what it seems like.
There's a bunch of these games in the series. There's a few of them. They made one for DS, I think. Oh, he's too stupid to go across the bridge. He's trying to ford the river. You can't do that. You gotta caulk the wagon first. Going through the woods. Can you make it?
He'll do fine.
There's a PS2 game? Holy shit. So yeah, this is something Square occasionally returns to. It's not like a Final Fantasy or whatever, but this was apparently a hit.
Hold on. Alright.
Alright, we've reached the castle. Charge!
Oh, I know this!
Yeah, get him! No, that's us! Don't get us! Stop that! Oh.
You won, though.
No, they won.
Oh, they did win. Oh.
I was on the right.
Oh, uh-oh!
Venus was destroyed.
Oh, man.
It's okay, they'll be avenged.
Okay.
This is neat. I like this. It's kind of a shame it hasn't been translated. That's a funny game over sequence. Alright, we gotta see that. And we'll send out our beloved hero, to back him up.
Is he wearing a cape? Is that a ponytail? What's he doing?
No idea. What's this guy's deal, anyway?
He's a freak.
Alright, you guys, storm the castle.
You got this.
One thing I do know about this game is that there's apparently a lot of egg jokes, because Hanjuku means like, fucking like sunny side up or something.
Oh.
It's all lost on me, though.
You got
Alright, here we go. Okay. Yeah? Oh my god. We might actually got this. We did it!
You did it! Soft-boiled, it means. Okay.
Soft-boiled, yeah, there you go. Alright, that's our castle now. We did it. This seems good to me. Why has this not been translated? People will translate shit like that Cleopatra game for FDS, but not Hanjuku Hero? Maybe it's more difficult than it seems. Maybe the text is compressed or something.
Uh-oh. Good luck.
Caught us while we were resting. Ooh. Nope.
No, you died.
That's the end of me. What about my guys? Are they still in the camp?
Oh, you died!
Well, we did what we could. In the end, we are mourned. Our death picture is surprised, too.
I guess we're doing a dance party at our funeral, man.
Yay, they say. Well, we're happy about it. Maybe our troops didn't like us. That's really funny.
That's really good.
Hanjuku Hero. Check it out. So Square's final game in 1988, as you may have expected from what was successful in 1987, is a game called Final Fantasy II. What you may or may not have seen, though, is that Square wanted to bring this over to the US, and a prototype featuring an early English translation was discovered and dumped, so let's play that.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's a whole bunch of flyers and promotional material implying that Nintendo really wanted to release the other Final Fantasy NES games here in the States, but it didn't quite work out. We do have this one prototype as proof that it did happen, though. Or at least they wanted it to.
They were trying.
Once again, this year.
In a world. Oh, okay.
And yeah, this is the game that was directed by Akitoshi Kawazu, who directed no other Final Fantasy game after this because this was so weird and different and bizarre. After this, Square was like, you know what? You got some funny ideas, Mr. Kawazu. Why don't you take on your own series? And that's how the Saga series started on Game Boy,
okay.
also known as Final Fantasy Legend.
Yeah, I've seen some people say this is just a Saga series. It's like a Saga game.
This is Jay.
Hi, Jay.
This is S, comma, Heart.
Good name.
They got some weird names in the Final Fantasy series, I tell you what. So this is how the game starts. Just immediately thrown into battle. You're like, okay, let's fight.
Oh.
Shit. 798 damage, you say. 950 damage.
Uh-huh.
Well, S, comma, Heart.
It's
on you.
girl.
Oh,
No, it's not.
and that's the end of our heroes. Back then, that would have been seen as kind of a bold way to start your game, like throwing you in and immediately getting killed. Though, come to think of it, you know, having played all the Deep Dungeon games, it's not that
Yeah.
unusual. How is he, Mingwu? That's great vitality. Oh, please.
Music circle implies vitality. We should let him sleep. And let us go! We must do something about the warship Empire is making in Bafsa.
Bafsuk. If you've never played this game, the plot is basically Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
You're the rebels, and there's a big old empire. Where am I? Where is everybody?
Jay!
Jay! S Heart.
Nah.
Nah.
There they are.
So we meet up with two of our friends. But we're still wondering, where is Jay? And apparently your caveman character in this says, Jay not here.
Jay not here.
To which your character responds, he sure is alive. I really like this early translation. I'm so glad we got this prototype dumped. It's so good. Oh yeah, instead of the rebels, you're called the rebellions.
We have no place to go back.
There's all kinds of funny phrasing in this that only comes from like, people trying their best to translate this, but it not given a second passive editing or whatnot. Jay not here. He sure is alive.
He sure is alive.
So there's a lot of game here. We're not going to get into it, but it's pretty darn different from Final Fantasy I in a lot of ways. And the mechanics, specifically regarding leveling up your characters, is kind of strange. A lot of different tactics you can take. Famously, YouTubers will tell you that the best way to level up your characters is by attacking yourself, which levels up your HP. And while that is one way to do it, it's not really good in terms of time management. It's kind of like a really blockheaded way to go through the game, when there's so many other ways you can cheese the game's mechanics. So many varied ways you can break this game and just completely turn around your character's stats.
Really?
It's a lot to go into, and I won't.
Okay.
It's kind of beyond me anyway. The only time I played through this was the PSP version, which is apparently very dumbed down. But I do appreciate this game's moxie, just for trying something so different. because the way you level up is through actually using things. Like, the more you use magic, the more that becomes more powerful.
See, that makes sense.
And different equipment, like if you use axes, your axe ability will level up. Yeah, YouTuber said something not really true. Shit, we better believe him. People do, though. Pisses me off. Yeah, you level up sometimes. It's weird. Anyway, we're not going to get into this 100-hour video game, but it exists, and it was pretty important, and it spun off its own series on Game Boy, and much further than that. There's a big story here that's not really relevant to what we're talking about, but way to go, Final Fantasy II.
We keep putting it off. Do we gotta keep going?
Alex, there's something we have to say.
Okay.
So, Square only released one game for the Famicom in 1989. This is the game that came between Final Fantasy II and Final Fantasy III. To be clear, FF2 was 88, FF3 was 1990. So for 89, they were like, okay, we're big on RPGs. People like these RPGs. We're going to make an RPG that's based on an already existing property. And the property they chose could not have been more out of left field or inexplicable or unexplainable, even in retrospect. And it actually is going to be the first game that requires this warning. So, Alex...
We'll probably need to use this for other games, but let's put it up.
Alex, and the folks watching, and any Twitch cops reviewing this footage, this is a gaming history channel. We focus on gaming history. There are things we have to cover in order to paint a complete picture of what Square was like on the Famicom. The game you're about to see is racist. It's really
racist.
fucking
it's just
racist.
fucking racist. I'm sorry, everybody.
But it is an important part of Square's history, and the fact that it was sandwiched directly in between Final Fantasy II and III is just fascinating to me. Like, I want to know how this happened. How did this get made? And why did they choose to base it on this one particular property, which is very much America-centric, for a game that wasn't released in America? There's so many questions I have about this. The racism is only part of it, believe it or not. But suffice to say, yes, viewer discretion is advised. You're going to see some racist shit here, and I'm sorry. But this is critical to painting a complete picture of what we've been talking about over the last 3 hours. So with all that said, let's play Square No Tom Sawyer.
Must we?
Which actually has an English translation, and the translation makes it more racist.
Fuck me, man.
Again, we wash our hands of all this content, but this is important content. Because like the warning says, we have to acknowledge this history. To pretend like it didn't happen is wrong.
That's true.
Here we go. The year is 1855 in old Missouri.
It's not a Wild Bill trip.
I'm not gonna read the dialogue for this
Yeah,
for
let's not read
reasons that'll become very clear very soon.
Okay, so far so good. Yeah.
So you got Tom Sawyer, you got Becky, you got his pal Jim, who is coming up right here. That's Jim.
Why is Jim Jamaican?
Why? I don't know why they made him Jamaican for the translation. Why did they do that? That's Huckleberry Finn.
Hold on, Hook.
This translation isn't complete. It just covers the first part of the game as far as I know.
It's like distinctly awful.
Yeah, they went above and beyond.
It's really bad. It's really fucking bad.
It's sort of like that they knew that racism was a key part of the original story, so they were like, okay, we really got to amp this up, but in the most twisted way possible. Get up, Tom. You've slept a lot. Oh, there's our friend Jim.
Please don't talk to him. No, just...
We have to. He's an important part of our party. Yeah, we'll take you with us. Yeah, come with us, Jim. So previously we covered the other Tom Sawyer game for Famicom, which was The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Seta. This was a side-scroller that we covered for Mascot Friday. Jim was not a part of that game. Jim is a very important character in Tom Sawyer and in the sequel book Huckleberry Finn. And man, they could not have portrayed him worse in this video game.
Fucking awful.
They did Jim so dirty in this. And it really stands out because the rest of it is really high quality stuff from Square. Like, there's a decent RPG here. There's a unique battle system. The character art, aside from Jim, is pretty good. They put a lot of their resources and their best developers on this video game, and this was the only game they released for Famicom in '89. So, what the fuck? I have so many questions, but there's probably no one who's willing to answer them.
I'm seeking treasure.
Hey, me too. And like, to some degree, the racism is appropriate given the themes of the story, but it feels like they misunderstood and just made it horrible.
I don't know. I think I don't know who their designer, what their designer was thinking. I can't. I don't even think they were.
Even if you could find these people, they probably wouldn't answer your questions.
I don't blame them.
Because this is kind of, you can't really explain this. But it does exist, and it's important to acknowledge that it does exist. Treasure, you could have spelled that correctly, but sure.
Don't worry about it. They had to spend all their time making the horrible, horrible dialogue for Jim.
Well, let's at least check out the combat system, because that part's pretty cool.
Okay.
This is such a neat-looking game, and yet, man, I like how they handle this. Check this out. Like, the enemies will pop out right in front of you. And then when you go attack them, you go rushing off into the distance. So kind of neat. A little bit different from what you've seen in Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy. It's just with horrible racist caricatures.
Vermin died!
Well, we did it. We had to rip off this Band-Aid sooner or later.
Salem, that's such a normal portrayal of him. Why did you make him look like this?
It's so awful. But the game itself is so well-made looking, and like, considering it's the only game they put out that year, they had a lot riding on this, probably.
I guess they were going for stylized art, but it's stylized to be super
this is
racist.
Where the translation runs out, I suppose. So, okay, they translated it just enough to be extra racist. Oh, this text is now gibberish. They have, like, letters and numbers in there. Cool. Alright, there you go. While we wash our hands of this content, it's important for you to know that Square No Tom Sawyer was made, and in fact was the only Famicom game released by Square that year. And it's incredible on many levels. many levels. There we go, we did it. Alright, the racism portion of the program has now concluded. You can come back into the room and enjoy the rest of the show. 1990. Another big year for Square. They released a game called Final Fantasy III.
Oh, okay.
Just right in between 2 and 3, like... God.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Sakaguchi, you have anything to do with this? Uematsu, you wanna answer some questions we got? No? Well, understandable. Oh yeah, I forgot to get the translation patch for this one. Whatever.
It's okay.
This game's neat. I only played through the original Famicom version a few years ago, but I really liked it. It's a lot more similar to FF4 than I thought, and it has a job system that would later be expanded on in FF5.
You know, if Square was too small to have like a standards and decency guy to point stuff out for them, that makes sense.
It could be. It could
no,
be.
That's what they said in an interview.
Yeah. It makes sense that they only had probably like a single-digit number of staff working on games at the time. This game's neat. It starts you off with an already equipped party of onion kids.
I like the onions.
It's smart enough to actually target enemies beyond the enemy that you've initially targeted if they've died. A lot of good stuff in this game. FF3 tends to get overlooked, especially in terms of... there's a lot of talk among nerds about what your favorite Final Fantasy is, and hardly anyone in the West ever says 3.
No, they don't.
Because it didn't really get an official release over here until the PSP of all things, which was many, many, many years later. But having played through this original Famicom one, it's good. I would recommend it. at these enemy designs.
That's drippy ass eyeball. Do you like the goopy eyeball with teeth?
I do.
Is this what you like?
We couldn't have a beholder. We had to make it. We had to make something unique and terrifying. Yeah, after you fight the boss, you put Tom Sawyer into your party,
No, you don't. You
and
never
then you
do
go
that.
down the Great Mississippi River to fight chaos. It's all connected. You know, why didn't Square reference Tom Sawyer in the FF15? Why was it King's Knight and not Tom Sawyer?
Because they're smart.
Yeah,
Crying.
there's a lot of stuff on this show that has, like, questions that can't be answered, but that one is clearly answerable. Not even Square wants to admit that Tom Sawyer existed. God, this game's cool. There's one point where you have to shrink yourself to fit into a tiny village. There's, like, all sorts of different mechanics that actually make you explore the job system and try out different things within the context of the story. It's so good.
Yeah, it's called Square No Tom Sawyer because you see it and go, Square, no!
True. Alright, let's fight the deadly rock turtle.
Okay.
One of my guys is crying. You cut that out. You're dead
Well,
now.
he's dead now.
I don't think we got a single level up. We may not survive this fight. Dude, look at us. We're playing mainstream shit. We're playing Final Fantasy.
I know, what the fuck?
This feels wrong. Screw Final Fantasy. Give me Metom Meg any day. Give me Raijin. Actually, Raijin was pretty cool.
Raijin was good. Yeah, these are jams.
I think you can only change jobs after you get out of this dungeon. You're stuck as onion kids until then. Alright, can anyone answer me the question, why onions? Why are they onion kids? Why onions and not, say, like, any other vegetable?
Like cucumbers?
Yeah, why not cucumber kids? Because onions have layers!
That's
everyone,
true.
I just challenged everyone to race to the joke. True, true. Is Japanese wordplay? I'd believe that. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, we did it just barely!
Nice.
Congratulations to the two surviving onion kids. Tonight is a night of narrow victories. We beat Garland, we beat the land turtle.
You're pretty good at video games.
Hey, thanks.
We
And
beat our
we-
heads in with hammers.
And we saved the crystal.
Alright, good game. GG.
So this was basically Square's last big release on the Famicom. This was their last hurrah, as it were. We still got a couple of more games to look at, though. Including this one, which weirdly enough was a US exclusive. Despite Highway Star being such a huge hit on Famicom, Rad Racer 2 never actually released in Japan, being a US exclusive instead. But they did make it, and here it is. Sing yourself. Oh, that's what they call, like, no music.
Oh.
You're just expected to sing it yourself.
I mean, fair.
Is that what all games with no music options expect from you? That you're just kind of singing your own background music?
Usually I would just listen to, like, an album if I turned the audio down. Like Tracy Chapman or something.
Yeah, something era appropriate.
Imagine how great Fast Car would be to this. Just think
Oh,
about
that's
it.
perfect.
Mhm.
This one I didn't play back in the day, and I've never played much in the years since. It seems like more Rad Racer. The US market still booming, while the Famicom was slowly being phased out in favor of the Super Famicom. It was kind of a weird time. There was a lot of Japan-developed but US exclusively released games. Including a lot of bizarre stuff, like Bandai's Gilligan's Island game. Like,
oh yeah, that game! It's so...
yeah,
God.
for some reason that one never got a Japanese release. No idea why. In fact, that's a subject I've been wanting to cover on stream, like games that were developed by Japanese teams but exclusively for release in America. Stuff like Star Tropics. It's a neat niche, you know? Especially for Star Tropics, where it was all like, okay, we want to acquaint these Americans with the concepts of an RPG, but we can't go too RPG, right? So we gotta have this weirdo with a yo-yo.
Fester's Quest never had a Japan release, did it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was also Japanese developed, but US and Europe exclusive. Only the Western world can understand Fester. Is that true?
What, that only the West can understand Fester?
Yeah. Can anyone confirm?
Anyone not in the West, can you confirm that Fester has a place in your society?
Any Fester heads? So you should get that checked out. I'm out of time! Shit, this game's hard. No.
I never thought of Uncle Fester as the eccentric gay uncle, but you're right.
Oh yeah, kinda. Damn, makes you
Okay,
think.
Gilligan's Island did air in Japan under the titles Gilligan-kun SOS and Moretsu Gilligan-kun. I'm gonna be thinking about Gilligan-kun for quite some time. Thank you, Chubo.
So, that was the last Squaresoft game for NES. And for Famicom, Final Fantasy III was their last game for many years, releasing in 1990. Then they made one more Famicom game all the way in 1994. So 4 years later, they decided to dust off the old 8-bit system and release Final Fantasy 1 and 2. Just a compilation cartridge. Look at this. Look at this exclusive content. Ooh. Supposedly this fixes some of the bugs, like magic defense not working in FF1.
Oh, good.
So that's nice. But otherwise, this is very much just a compilation of the games we saw before. Yeah, here's FF1, with a more typical party this time around. None of the other stuff regarding mechanics was changed. You can still attack dead enemies and it'll be ineffective.
Well, we can't watch it because we're streaming, but there on YouTube is the Japanese Gilligan theme song. So.
Holy shit, nice! And with that, that concludes Square's run on the Famicom. In terms of games that were actually released.
Oh.
There was going to be one more Dog series game, one last hurrah, a fifth game in the Dog production line that Square was going to make themselves. It was this game. You heard of this one?
The Emergence of Excalibur?
Seiken Densetsu, huh?
Let's zoom in on
That was
this.
supposed to be game number 5 for Square on the FDS, and look at that character on the right there. You see in the upper right?
It's Dog!
Yeah, this isn't just an unreleased game. This is an unreleased mascot. Dog was finally going to have a mascot character, but unfortunately Seiken Densetsu was canceled. They were really hyping this up in magazines. They were like, okay, we got this multi-generational RPG. Like, the characters you play as will get old and die, and they'll be replaced by their children. It's going to be fucking awesome. And they hyped it up so much that they took a shit ton of pre-orders. And then when it came time to actually release it, they were like, about that. Well, we appreciate your pre-order, but would you like to apply it instead to our upcoming Final Fantasy instead? Which we are actually going to release. So yeah, Seiken Densetsu did not release for the Famicom Disk System. But actually put that back. There's some screenshots in the lower right I want to see.
Okay.
Look at that. There is some existence of Seiken Densetsu actually existing for the Famicom Disk System. They developed it to some extent to at least make these screenshots possible. So it's there could be a prototype out there.
Okay.
None has been found. None has been dumped. But in the end, the version of Seiken Densetsu you're familiar with is this one right here. Yeah, it came out on Game Boy. It was released in America as Final Fantasy Adventure. The sequel was Secret of Mana, which also had a strange development run, being initially slated for the Super Nintendo CD, which didn't happen, and eventually getting released in fucked up, cut down form. And then there was Seiken Densetsu 3, which wasn't released until like 3 years ago in the States, as Trials of Mana. And then it's, again, just like Saga, this is a big splinter series that I could say a lot about, but again, we're just trying to focus on Square for this stream. But pretend that I had a 20,000 word essay that I said just now. It was really important and impressive.
Very good.
So that's a shame. There was one canceled final game in the Dog series. But what if there was a canceled Square game for the Famicom Disk System that did get found? What if it was discovered and in fact dumped?
Oh, shit, okay.
Why don't you just play the first image of that right there?
Okay.
The one right above the Seiken Densetsu Game Boy one. This one. This came at great cost when it came up on Yahoo Japan auctions. A Japanese preservation minded person whose name I no longer remember, but thank you for spending what I remember being more than $2,000 on this.
Whew.
They found it, they dumped it, and distributed it so that anyone could play the unreleased Aliens game for Famicom Disk System from Square. Let's play it. This is incredible to me. Like, maybe even more so than Seiken Densetsu being discovered. This was even more obscure in comparison, and the fact that a prototype existed, never mind was dumped, is just incredible to me. But here we go. And this is, in fact, based on the movie. The sequel to Aliens, the James Cameron thing.
Okay.
With the xenomorphs and, Horny Man.
Horny Man?
H.R. Giger.
Okay, no, that's fair.
Horny Man. Yeah, nuke it from orbit, game over, man, game over. It's not clear if this was going to be part of the Dog label, even though Square's only FDS games were released as part of the Disk Original group. But here it is, Famicom Disk System. Famicom Disk System. It's hard to say.
You can toss them.
It's true. The Famicom Disk System presents Aliens. Let's play it.
Okay.
Check it out. We're Ripley.
Oh, look at your little jump. That's
She has a really stubby jump. You have to hold the jump button for a really long time in order to just get this high. If you just tap the jump button, she just punches in place.
Oh god, watch out!
And the aliens, true to the movie, they spew acid blood when you kill them, so you have to be very far away, otherwise their blood will damage you. Now, this game was officially released on MSX, but this Famicom Disk System port never saw the light of day commercially. I don't know if it was even announced, actually.
I hate how you have to keep running away from these guys.
Yeah, you pretty much have to play it like this because, the blood will hurt you.
Yeah.
If nothing else, something people often say about Famicom movie adaptations are like, did they even see the movie? Is this anything like the movie?
No, they saw the movie alright.
This one, yeah, they saw it. Oh god, I'm fucked now.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna opt out of that one.
You don't gotta fight everybody. You don't gotta be a hero. Ripley, don't be a hero. Don't be a fool if you're alive.
This game plays very strangely. I did a playthrough for my blog, Dream and Friends, many years ago. It doesn't exist in video format, it only exists in screenshot format. But you can look up Dream and Friends, Famicom Disk System Aliens, if you want to read all about it. Remember when people blogged?
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's gonna come back. I know it'll never come back, but I want it to come back.
I hope so too.
I liked reading.
Fucking...
you went in the death zone.
I know what happened there. I didn't kill one of the eggs and I didn't get the jump power up I needed. This game is really messed up. Oh, got his ass. Okay. This is the run.
You got this. You're gonna win. 100%. Ultimate clear. Nothing but net.
Considering just how obscure a lot of these unreleased games are, I'm kind of amazed at just how much of it was found and preserved. Like in retrospect, right?
Yeah.
Because at the time, I was part of a dumping group called Lost Levels, and we were just always tracking down this shit, but thinking back, it's like, wow, how did this all still exist? And in like a format that was still readable? I guess we got it while the getting was good.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
It was me. I single-handedly dumped all those games.
Oh wow, good twirl in the air.
This is kind of interesting. You have to climb in this game, and it doesn't explain how. What you got to do is get up next to an edge, hold A, and also hold up, and that'll make Ripley do an extra little tumble. A lot of people will tell you this prototype cannot be finished because the controls they're not familiar with, but if you know how the game controls, you can finish it.
Oh, is the Dreamin' Friends WordPress installation still broken? Yeah.
Yeah, I had to update it because of some kind of hacking attempt. And like it broke the way the title bar works. It doesn't look like it should, but the text and the images are all still there. Okay, we got all the power-ups we needed this time around. There we go. Oh yeah, you get grenades in this. They're basically useless. You're also able to turn yourself invincible up to 3 times per life by... What is it, like fucking up and A and B or something? It's really hard to tell with some of this stuff because, again, not released, so there's no manual or anything. It's also been a while since I've seen the movie, so I don't know how closely this covers the plot. Ugh. Yeah, if you get here, remember, you need to hold up against the wall and then push up on the D-pad to get that extra boost. This game is not easy to play. In fact, qualitatively wise, I would put this on the same level as something like Famicom Predator, which is not a good game. And in fact, this is probably one of the worst Square games they ever made at the time. The other stuff they made for the dog label, you could at least blame on Hummingbird Soft or whatever, but this was all Square. They wanted to make it like this. Oh, give me that. No, give me... No, come on! Okay, we gotta mash. There we go. Oh, it was just a life max up. Damn it. This game is jacked. But I kind of like it. It's stupid, right?
You like how jacked and stupid it is?
I love stupid games. And in terms of stupidity... Oh, fuck!
You rolled right through there.
In terms of stupidity, this may be Square's stupidest release for Famicom, or I would say if it was released, but it wasn't. Let's go ahead and just kill off our last life. I do recommend playing through this if you like stupid games. Do use save states, though.
Yes.
Definitely only play through it with save states. There's 2 things I remember from this game distinctly, and those are our last 2 images we're going to show off. The one thing that I remember most of all is this game's extremely egregious use of a teleporter maze throughout. Like, for most of the levels, it'll end in, like, a selection of 5 doors or something. 4 of them will take you back to the beginning of the level, and the 5th one is the only one that'll let you progress, and it's not clear which one that is. Alex, show that second image. Look at this shit!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 doors.
These are all different doors you can go into, and all of them take you backwards in the game, except for one of them. Also, notice how the game spawns you in the lower left, above an enemy, so you're automatically taking damage the second you go in. That's pretty cool. There's one point in, I think, the last level, where it does that bullshit with giving you 5 doors at the end of the level, but some of the doors take you back to previous levels. So, like, you're back to level 3 after finishing the final level. It's insane. And my final takeaway from this game was the one boss they use in the game, which looks like this.
Hey, I'm dancing!
If you notice, there's, like, a distinct, like, back leg sprite that it uses at one point, so it really does look like it's dancing. It's all like, yeah, ooh, kick it, yeah, get down with it.
Go for it, girl.
It's a very messed up game that I can't really fully cover over the course of just the entire stream that I've already covered way too much of other games about, but do check out Aliens for the Famicom Disk System. That's my recommendation to you. And that's the story of Square on Famicom, and specifically their Disk Original Group label. Alex, what do you think?
I think it was a really interesting and neat idea to try to boost up their homies and everything, but...
Yeah.
And some of those games, you know, they had interesting concepts, but I think a lot of them were not very super good.
Yeah, it could have been different if they had all developers on the same page being like, okay, you got to bring your A game here. You got to make something really great and really original, and we'll pump you up as best we can. And they just couldn't. Not because they weren't talented or anything. There was probably a lot of challenges involved from transferring over from computer game development to console development, to say the least. But Square put all of their resources behind this big dream they had. It didn't pay off, and it almost killed them. And for many other companies, it could have ended there. We've covered so many other publishers and developers that were just like, okay, they had a string of failures. They had no choice but to shut down. No telling what they could have made after that point, because the reality of the matter is they died, and there's no telling what they could have done. Square was lucky enough to have Highway Star, and that was enough to let them release Final Fantasy. And as they say, the rest is history.
The rest is history.
We're done. That's it. That's the show.
Thank you, Dog.
Special thanks to the unreleased mascot, Dog, of the Disc Original group. Sorry that you and Seiken Densetsu did not get released. You deserve better, honestly.
We still love you, Dog.
We stand the Dog, the Disc Original group Dog, the Dog.
Dog.
Special thanks to our patrons for making this week's stream happen.
And thank you so much.
This could have gone in a couple of different directions. If Froggo had won, we may have covered like extremely obscure 2600 publishers or something like that. But since Dog won, I decided to go a little bit extra and cover Square's other games, including things that they don't really want you talking about nowadays, like Square no Tom Sawyer. We had to do it. We had to paint the complete picture, tell you the full story, even if some of it's ugly, even if some of it's kind of disappointing and sad, especially considering that they really wanted Dog to be a success and it just wasn't. But there you go. That is Dog, and that is Square. I'm going to look for a raid target. Alex, why don't you wrap us up?
We are also on YouTube, youtube.com/retropals. We post full-length highlights of our streams on YouTube, including our latest one, which is a look at the Amstrad CPC's top 50 games. So if you want to see us play even more obscure weirdness, do check that out. It's a good one, and we meet our pal Bumpy in that one. So if you want to see Bumpy, take a look. Also have a Discord if you'd like to chat with other fans of the show and us about things. Do consider checking it out. You can join us for friendly chat, discussions on your old ass games, and of course your perfect pets who we love. I love your pets. I love them so much. I'm petting them right now. Sorry. And we are on Blue Sky. I'm dropping that link in the chat just 1 second. You can join us on Blue Sky to find out when we go live, when we've got new videos up on YouTube, and all the RetroPals news you can use. So consider giving us a follow.
Thank you, Alex.
You are welcome.
Oh man, I wonder if they're done, but I have to raid before they finish streaming. We're raiding Swelltime G-Pool, who has probably been banging their head against No One Can Stop Mr. Domino over the last 3 hours. They may have just called it quits. They may be about to raid off, but I gotta support Mr. Domino.
Yeah, you gotta support
And
Domino.
G-Pool is a top tier streamer, so definitely give them a follow if you're not following already. All right, we're done. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
See ya, folks.